And now they can hear you.
Hello.
I should start talking.
Yep.
I should be
Yeah.
like, hello. Welcome to this week's episode of the Shiv Show. We've had like a super long hiatus. Now we're back, and we're not gonna play Civ 7 today. We're gonna play Civ 4, and we'll talk about why maybe we're not playing Civ 7 today. I'm just quickly setting up some options. But yeah, special treat today. We're gonna go retro, and I could see us in the near future revisiting some of the old favorites. What were you asking me, Holiday?
Civ 3 next.
Turn timer.
Yeah. We even have turn timers in this game. Turn timer button on low. Yeah, I think this will be a good. Some say Civ 4 is still the best Civ game. So I'm super interested to find out if it is. I mean, from my experience, it's not at all. But maybe once you get into it, maybe it is.
I would say.
What speed of a turn timer?
Slow, or whatever the option for slow is.
Static, snail, slow, medium, fast, blazing.
Yeah, put on like snail because we never played before.
Yeah. Okay.
I love how it's called snail. That's already so much personality there.
Nystagmus, did you get the invite?
I did. No, let me see here. Yeah, sorry. There we go. This is so buggy.
I'm gonna be so bad at this. You
Funny
guys
how
have played
buggy
before.
when I get invited to your game, it restarted the game for me.
Yep.
No, it did the same for me. That's what it does. That's how it works. That's how you join the lobby. You have to restart the game. At least for Steam invite, anyway. Maybe not for in the game, but yeah.
Welcome to Civ 4.
This is Dinosaur Civ. Dinosaur.
Hey, that's a version of Civ 2. We could one day play the dinosaur. The dinosaur.
I'd also like to
version.
play Alpha Centauri and also Civ 4 Colonization because they're supposed to be super good, aren't they? Right? Those two.
That's all of it's possible. All of it's possible. There is an extensive library of Civ stuff. Just looking right now, I've got Civ 3, Civ 4, Civ 5, Civ 6, Civ 7, and Civ Beyond Earth and Civ Colonization, which is different. When you see Civ 4 Colonization, it's a totally different game. It's like not.
Yeah, that's what I heard about it. Yeah, I heard it was quite good though. So
Are we gonna?
It's interesting.
We gonna play a noble or higher?
That we can only for multiplayer affect hours. We can't affect the computer.
no, surely you can change the computer. What? Surely you can.
No. The computer is
What?
always going to be. Yeah, that's just how it is.
It's always noble.
It's always noble. It's
Wait,
not
so
like
you telling me you can't pick the AIs right now? Surely you can.
you can choose the AI. You just can't choose their. You can't change them from noble. Like
What?
that's just. It's great.
Surely, I don't even sure I
already,
believe
if
you.
that is true, Roman Holiday is already going like, how the hell does anyone think this game is good?
How do you mod that? That's what I'm thinking.
There might be a mod for it. I don't know, but it's like literally, I can light up mine and change my setting.
I got
all the AI are noble.
Got our first question in
So,
chat.
but if we all set to Prince, did the AI change? Let's just try it. So if we all go to Prince, did the AI become now Prince?
I think I recall that just being how it was.
I'm sure you're right, but I'm questioning your theory.
You can change yours.
So change yours to the Prince. It was what happens. I'm sure we've said the same. I'm sure I'm going to be completely wrong, but I want to find out.
Sure. And I'll take that question in a second, but Prince. What do you know? It stayed noble. Noble was right.
That's so weird, man. What? But if we go Prince, does that mean that the AI will be?
No, the AI. Okay, I think I'm using the same language as you. The AI must be set to noble.
So what if you want to play against deity AI in multiplayer? You just can't.
You can play single player, and you can play against in the deity setting.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. That's
wow.
it's just how it's just what it is. I'm
I
sorry.
guess there's Noble since I've never played
I'm
before. You
sorry.
guys can play on whatever
Alright.
difficulty you want.
All right.
I
I'm
heard that
sorry.
Zoe's playing Deity. That's what I heard. He's so good at this game.
No, I'll play Noble. That's fine. Yeah, it's Civ 4. I don't know. Like, if you really want, like, I'm pretty sure I remember that being a thing. I can exit the game and go back to the settings, but I'm pretty sure all the settings that are available aren't in here. Now, I can like set the AI to be aggressive, I think.
Yeah,
I
you can. It's aggressive AI.
Would you like
So-
that?
No,
Would
no.
you like
I want to
aggressive
experience the AI. I want to experience the
Okay.
normal AI
All
first
right.
before we do
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I
then
love all the
you're-
settings you can put on it. Once
you're in
I was
for a
actually
treat.
I was talking about this in a video I was making. I take so long to make the videos that it's not out yet, but it's crazy how you can play like one city challenge and like trading technologies and aggressive AI and always war, always peace. Oh, this stuff is great, man. I love it.
Yeah, tech trading, map trading. That like you're not wrong when you say that there are folk that say that Civ 4 was like the best, and it technically is the best of the classics because it was the last classic with the non-hexagonal map. So it was like
Because I was thinking about that, right?
was an
go
innovation,
on.
right? So
I was thinking about that, but squares, to be fair, in a way, makes it more like chess.
yeah,
Because
well,
chess is squares.
And squares has more directions technically, right? Because there's a diagonal direction. So
Yeah,
there's
that's
a-
what I was.
Yeah.
I was about to ask. Can you send units in the diagonal? Surely you can, right?
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Oh wow, that's cool.
You guys chose yours. I guess I'll choose mine.
Val Visquera also saying, when are you guys playing Civ Revolution? Never. That's when we're playing.
So, Civ Revolution.
You're just gonna
would require-
veto that, huh?
Yeah, I'm not playing. That's a
Civ-
mobile game.
Civ
That's a console
Revolution
game.
is Fantastic. It's a console game. It's fantastic. It's a great game. But
No,
I
no.
don't know if it's on Steam. I think Revolution 2 might be. I don't know if Revolution
Oh,
1 is.
what a shame. It's so-
So
Okay,
yeah, we might do this more often. Playing some of the retro civs as well. We did that before, so maybe it's time we revisit that, right?
Wait a minute. You have to put up your password in to start the game.
Yes.
What the hell?
No. You just create a password. It's to protect your.
Oh.
It's in
yeah.
case, yeah,
To
it's in
protect.
case. Yeah.
So no one can join as my Civ and mess me up. All right. Okay.
Exactly.
That's
All
quite
right.
funny.
Well, we got England. We got. I'll be. I think I remember enjoying the
I hope I remember this password.
the Inca in this.
That's what
I'll
I was
I'll be Yeah, I'll try being the Inca.
Okay, I've set my password.
Okay.
I could make a note of this password
So-
somewhere.
So we're ready. Okay, so Civ 4, Civ 3 brought us Civ Powers, where we first had our taste of unique units and that your cultural borders and that a Civ actually had abilities. Civ 4 streamlined those abilities and cannot launch till all players are ready. Oh, we're still waiting.
I'm
for
ready
holiday.
because I was about to say, is there continents and islands map? Those maps are always more interesting.
There might be. Hold on. Let's see. Custom continents. Medium and small. Big and small. That's kind of like your island. Shuffle is like just crazy. Just a
All
completely
right,
random.
stick on continents, but I say small map because, like, then you're more likely to be near a player rather than the AI.
It's gonna drop some AI.
Oh wow,
Only
that's only five players.
Only 5. I think.
All right, no,
honestly, I think
go standard
standard's
then.
fine.
Standard. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
standard's
I didn't
fine.
know five small was only 5 players. That's crazy, man. Because there's 6 players in the future games. Did you just add an extra AI? We didn't need an extra one.
No, there was 8 before.
Really?
8. Yeah, 8. No.
Oh.
If you go to the bottom, it adds something at the bottom just in case. But 8 is standard for a standard
Alright.
map.
I have to put the password in again.
Got to do that password again.
I'm glad it has asterisks, otherwise you'll be able to see what it is on the stream. Number of continents set to random. Oh, that's kind of cool.
So
initializing.
Civ 4. So if you look, like, just coming into it, okay? So you get, every Civ has a different two different starting techs. You get a unique building, you get a unique unit, and then everybody has a special power. So mine, 2 special powers. So I'm Industrious Financial. So Industrious is your wonders are 50% off. And
really? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Financial is for every 2 gold a tile produces, it produces 1 extra gold. Right? You're England, I think. You chose England. So I think you're financial and are you protective?
No, I'm financial and imperialistic. What does that mean?
Imperial. Okay, so Imperial is you get your settlers are cheaper.
Oh, okay. I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah. And Nystagmus, your expansionist is you get expansionist and industrial, so half price health, and you get health. Expansionist is you get health. So in this game, health is like housing, and it allows your cities to become larger, and it affects your growth. So you want to have good health.
I'm already off a little bit by. I'm not able to like click on the map very well. To like move the map. I can't click to move. I have to like use the arrows.
So this game
build city
uses you can use the keyboard to move your units, or you can right click to move your units. And if you right click like a tile that's several tiles away, it will automate it to travel there. In this game, religion was introduced in Civ 4. It was the first time religion was an actual concept.
Loving this history lesson. It's actually really interesting.
And yeah, so all religions are tied to a specific technology. So if you look at your tech tree, there'll be a symbol in the bottom right-hand corner that is like Buddhism or Hinduism or whatever. That's where you actually get your religions. And
okay.
Religions in this, instead of like giving you like there's no victory condition, instead you can have multiple religions in a single city, and it opens up buildings, and it can give you culture. So your borders expand using your culture score. If you like were to go into your city, in the bottom left hand corner, you'll see your culture score. So
I see.
Right now it's probably poor +2.
It is poor.
Okay.
It is poor.
The first, when you get to 5, your culture will expand, and literally what's in your borders right now, the zone that is will like go out by an entire tile out. So instead of that 8, you'll go out to like 3 on all sides.
So looking at my screen here, and I'm just gonna show the thing. Man, just I know we're talking about UI and all that stuff. Like this is why Civ 4 was awesome. Okay, so like in the top right corner here, you have all these little toggles here, right? So you go home, and it just tells you all of your cities, and it's all right there. If you go there, go treasury, tells you your income, what your unit cost is, what your unit supply is, what your city maintenance is, what your civic upkeep is, what your inflation is, and total expenses. You can actually put more money.
You can spend more and less money on research.
Yes.
What the hell?
100%.
Yeah, you can
That's
change.
so cool.
Yeah,
right?
So you can.
Then
that's how your gold is made.
Yeah. Then you come here. You have your government, your legal, your labor, your economy, your religion. because these are different parts here. You can go to organized religion, theocracy, pacifism, free religion. It gives you all these different parts right here. And then next to that is your war screen. Tells you every single unit you control and where they are on the map.
Yeah.
Right. Then next is the science. That's your tech tree right there. Then you have your religion one right here. So whether or not it's founded, right, and who founded it. Next one is your great people, like your advisor, basically. And then here you have your world population. I miss this part from Civ 4 actually, like how much of the world population you are, how much land area you control, kind of thing like that. I think that was really a cool thing. What your population of your Civ was. It'll tell you how many millions of people live in your Civ. And then there's like a graph you could do, like score, GDP, all that stuff as well. And then
what does power mean on that graph? That's one of the ones.
That's your military power.
Your military strength.
Oh, military power, right? Okay.
And then there's actually one here where you'll have like a diplo, like foreign advisor, where it tells you all your relations. It's a whole web of where every single person you've met and what everyone's relationship is to each other, just in one place. So like even for a game that's been a while out now, the UI, like just the way it organizes the information for your empire is just very easy to understand. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, genuinely.
I still miss the population part.
How do I close down the menu? I opened up the options menu, and there's a button that says exit, but I'm scared it's going to close down the game rather than exiting the menu.
Sorry, what's the issue that you have?
I'm on the options menu because I wanted to look at it.
No, exit.
Right.
It won't let you leave the game. It just leaves the menu.
Oh, leaves the menu. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Okay.
The other cool thing about this one is if you zoom out far enough, you get to see the whole world eventually.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and the map, like another kind of clever thing was the map. Before you meet another civilization, it's before you get compass, you're the center of the world. So the map is centered around you, and your empire is the center.
Like it was in history
of the known universe. Yeah.
Because people always like to put themselves
like
in the center in history, didn't they?
Of course.
I mean, England would never do that.
You're above said such things.
Yeah, that's petty, man. He would do that.
Yeah, and so it's just Civ 4. That's the reason why people like it, and it's just because really, now, and we're going to segue back into Civ 7. I would say Civ 4 was probably the most revolutionary Civ in terms of how much it changed and how much it added to the game before Civ 7 came around. But did it in like a very, like it was very good game essentially. Like, whereas we know that Civ 7 has been having some growing pains, I'll say.
Yeah.
Expansive is +2 health for your cities. Your workers work 25% faster, and you double the production of granary. Industrious is 50% wonder production and double speed. So that is for Nystagmus. I am the Incans. So +1 gold on plots with 2 gold. And then the English Empire, did you choose Elizabeth or Victoria?
I didn't know there was a choice. I think I chose Victoria.
You chose Victoria? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you're financial and imperialistic. So
what's Elizabeth? What's the difference?
Elizabeth is philosophical, so you have a +100% birth rate of great people, and you get double production for university. Where Victoria is the financial imperialistic, so you get +100% great general emergence, and you get 50% production bonus for settlers.
Okay.
Your special unit is the Redcoat. It gets +25 against mounted units, +25 against gunpowder. It replaces the Rifleman. And the Stock Exchange, it replaces the bank, and it gives you more gold.
What does that sound? Oh, Buddhism's been founded. Oh, very cool.
That a religion's been founded. So somebody founded Buddhism.
Already? How is that
first-
even possible?
First one. So if you start with mysticism as a technology, right away you can start researching either polytheism
That's a bit
or
broken.
Buddhism. So those civilizations tend to get a religion right away. Early religion is a big advantage because it gives you that culture bonus. Yes. Now here's the thing though. So I just founded a religion. I go into anarchy because I founded a religion. Anytime you change your faith or anytime you change your government, you go into anarchy, which is basically a minimum of 1 turn where you're not doing anything. There is a civ power called spiritualist, and if you're a spiritualist, your empire does not experience anarchy, which can be actually, phenomenal.
Oh, I forgot in this game that, you have like barbs and stuff, that in this one they're like animals too.
Well, they start as animals.
I know about
So
that
it's
because
Bears and lions.
I know
and
about that because Zoe goes on about it so much.
Scouts get a plus 100% against animal barbarians. And in this game, if you're expansionist, I think you got to start with scouts, which is a big advantage. So like, was your first unit a warrior or a scout, Holiday?
Mine was a
Warrior.
scout.
Yours was a scout. What about yours, Holiday?
A warrior.
Yeah, expansionist gets the scout.
Okay, and because I'm playing imperialistic, was it? I don't get one. Okay.
Neat little trick. If you open your city screen, it'll let you navigate to your second monitor. Weird, eh?
I could get to my second monitor anyway for some reason. Don't know why.
If you don't have full screen on, it'll
Oh right. Oh,
Right.
there's bears. Oh dear. This is horrible. Run away. The bears. All right. Some massive bears as well. Crazy. All right.
I have no idea why. For some reason, my stupid computer does this. It logs me out of everything. So like, my endemic sound is not logged in right now for some weird reason. Like,
Oh,
and I haven't used this
I-
computer in a
I'm-
long time.
I'm logged in on it right now. Maybe that's why.
No, we can both be logged in at the same time.
Well,
It's just being stupid. Fine, whatever.
It's stupid. You're stupid.
it's all you.
So out of curiosity then, so as someone who's played like, Civ 4 a lot, Civ 5 a lot, Civ 6 a lot,
I have played a lot of Civ.
do you prefer the hexes or the squares?
I do prefer the hexes. It's because it decluttered the map, having fewer things, and I don't know. It gave it more of a strategic feel, having fewer places to go. I prefer the hex for sure. Not to say that there's not a certain nostalgic charm to.
You know what I feel is the downside to the squares is, so a hex, it's very much easy to see where like each hex like moves in with the other because there's an actual like surface, right? With squares, sometimes you can forget that you can move diagonally unless you're like a very avid chess player, right?
Mm,
You may be like, oh, I don't, I forgot that person could attack me from there, right? Basically.
yeah, you have to be careful because of that diagonal. Just a reminder. Sorry, not a reminder. Building workers and building settlers, requires that you put both your food and your production into it, but your city stops growing. So if you tried to build a
Oh.
settler right away or a worker right away, your city will not have grown. And each
But you have to-
population is how you work your tiles.
What do you have to build to get a religion?
So
Research.
there are certain religions, there are certain sciences. So it's meditation and polytheism are the first two. That's Hinduism and Buddhism.
Okay.
Then you need, so there's
See.
Christianity is associated with if you open your tech tree, organized religion is the next one you'd be going for. It would be or organized that'd be Judaism.
Okay.
Let me see, science tree. Okay, so if you open your tech tree, which
Yeah,
is
I'm
the
looking
little
at it now.
science speaker,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, monotheism is Judaism, so that would be the next one to go for if you want to try and snag a religion. And then after that, you're looking at either Confucianism, or which is code of law. Philosophy is Taoism, and Christianity is theology. And then the last religion that you can get is divine right, which is Islam.
You know what?
Okay.
I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I'll
Yeah,
they've all been made already.
You're both not you and Nystagmus are not civs that generally tend to have religions.
Yeah. I can see why, because you don't even start with the tech for it, really, as much.
Yeah. You pretty much, if you want to get it, like go like polytheism right away into monotheism, and
Yeah, which I
you'll
didn't do.
likely get at least the second one. But yeah, you're very unlikely to get the first one of the first religions.
Very interesting.
Okay, I got my first worker. Now I can. So your workers' special tiles. You'll notice there are special tiles. If they can be worked, it's going to be a worker that does it. So some of them are simple, like corn, for instance, requires a farm. So if you farm it, you'll get both extra food. So in that case, it's 2 extra food, and corn is a food, and foods give you health bonuses. So you get a +1 health. Health also, it affects how large your city can get, right? So in this, eventually you'll need like the terrain itself won't be enough. You'll need to get special buildings like aqueducts, give you extra health.
So just so you know, you also go through anarchy if you have to change civics.
Yeah, civics are governments. So you start with like nothing, the despotism, barbarism, tribalism, decentralization. Now, one of the
I saw that,
controversies
yeah.
of Civ 4 is for labor, it actually has slavery as a form of labor. So slavery is you can sacrifice population to build buildings. So which, you can build a wonder very quickly using basically you kill your population, and you can get something quick. So one of the edges and like slavery, to get slavery you need to discover bronze working. So there's a certain cruelty in Civ 4 because
Jesus, this game's like how to get
bronze-
cancelled.
bronze working. It's like,
This
well, why
game's
does that give
bad.
you slavery? It's because you can make shackles. It's that simple. You can make shackles. When you've got metal shackles, you can capture folk, and there you go. So yeah, maybe by today's standards,
I like how you can also become a police state as well.
yeah, you can become a police state. Usually, one of the hereditary rules, as quickly as possible, is good. Bureaucracy is very awesome. Your capital becomes this like power center.
Bureaucracy is OP.
Great
Fascinating.
people in this are very, very different. In this, great people are generated from buildings, and wonders. And when you get a great person, each one of them will have a couple things they can do. Either you can have them join a city, and they'll like give you a surplus of things per turn, or you can have them. They'll have like some special. So, for instance, the entertainer culture guy. If you have him join a city, he'll give it like plus 12 culture a turn. Or you have a culture bomb where you just get like 4,000 culture right then and there, and all your borders like just explode.
Culture, yeah.
Scientists give you science if they join the city, or they can build a building, the academy, which gets you plus 50% science. You know, and that would stack if you had libraries and you had if you had universities and what have you.
You know what? Do you find?
No,
sorry.
Certain buildings as quickly as you can, always a good idea. If you get marble or stone beside you, like as one of your opening resources, you have a huge advantage over everybody else, because those make your wonders 50% cheaper, like some of them. So like stone, for instance, makes the pyramids 50% cheaper. You could build the pyramids very, very quickly. And in this, the pyramids are hella great. They are like Civ 1 pyramids, which give you all access to all of the governments right off the bat. So you could, like, right off the bat, go to hereditary rule or representation or universal suffrage.
Oh, wow, okay.
I do like how there's representation and universal suffrage, right? Like they're disconnected, which is very interesting.
Yeah, you have to choose. You gotta decide. Do you want to have that your great people are representing you, or is it that it's your general people? And that is all. That's where you can spend money to complete things. That's the only way to spend money to complete things.
Agriculture allows you to build farms. Well, that's probably good.
With irrigation, you can connect your farms to fresh water, which becomes very important, because if they're not connected to fresh water, they don't produce as much food.
Oh, okay. But if they're next to a river, does that count as connected or
Yes,
not at all?
yes. A river is considered connected.
Yeah, for trade as well,
okay.
they're connected.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I'm already regretting deciding to put it on the snail turn timer. That was a terrible idea.
I yeah. Well, you know, Nystagmus is letting it run out, so.
I'm not. I've been playing, waiting for other civilizations for the last 30 minutes.
Oh, that's interesting, because
sure.
I've been like ending my turn like almost instantly. So it's interesting that Nystagmus has also apparently been ending his turn almost.
Well, so
instantly.
I've been waiting for it as well. So, guess whenever.
Maybe the computer's a little bit slower because I'm playing it right now. It also depends. Some of us have been talking about things, right? We've been talking about the game, the UI, all that stuff, right?
It's so cool how when X turns, it just done. It just goes done, and the next turns, there's no like loading or anything. Also, I got a tribal village, but what did I don't know what it did.
So tribal village, they're just like they're your goody huts.
Yeah.
So sometimes, but they can be bad. They can be barbarian uprising. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Uh-oh. The Mayans have met Montezuma of the Aztecs.
I met them too, yeah. So here's another thing, Romanoli. So that now that I've researched it, you can start putting money into espionage, and on your espionage screen, right, you can see like what the other people are doing, and you can put like points into those individuals. And you can do missions.
I've not met anyone, so I can't do that.
Right? You can do missions like poison water, foment unhappiness.
Espionage is pretty fun.
Poison the water.
Right? And so, but it also lets you see like what they see. So you can start seeing like their units sometimes if you have a lot of espionage points on them. And so part of like the thing that made this game a little bit different than the other Civs, because I don't think you do this in Civ 5, I don't think you do this in Civ 6, and you definitely don't do this in Civ 7, is on the side here where you see your treasury, you actually have to decide where you put your money, right? Like, and later you'll have a culture
Really?
icon, you'll have espionage, you'll have research, and you have to divvy it up because your research can actually decrease if you don't put as much money into it, right? And so
Right. Okay.
you actually have to like budget your treasury. Gold is like way more important in this game because it's actually
That's so
used as
cool.
the primary currency in order to like research stuff and everything, right? So
So when Zoe goes on about how gold's better, then in Civ 4 he really means it. Like, he really means it, you know. Okay. Animal husbandry.
the other thing about this game that I really wish they brought back to like every other Civ, I don't care what Civ it is, I don't care if it's Civ 6, Civ 5, Civ 7. Can we please share maps again? I just want to share maps again, okay? Like
Yeah, it's so much fun, man. Like, I charged someone like 300 gold to look at my area of the map. You know, why not?
You want to turn your Civ into a peep show? No, it's good.
Animals have found me.
Also, it is cool like how in this one there's no like worker charges because you just build a worker and they just
Yeah,
never die, and so they just you can just automate them and they'll just run around building roads and doing improvements and stuff.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw that in the settings there's an even option where you can have them automated from the beginning. So as soon as you
Yeah.
build them, you don't even have to turn it on. That's crazy. Why are we building a settler? I thought we were building a worker. Oh, you idiots! There we go. Put the worker. There we go. Oh, dear.
Waiting for Roman holiday. Interesting. Interesting.
I like how this game doesn't rat anybody out who they're waiting for. It's just like waiting for other civilizations.
It's just very clear.
All the other games are like, we're waiting for this guy.
Oh no, there's animals. There's animals. Ah, the bears.
All the buildings in this
Oh wait, that's a
are
worker.
this is
Oh, dear.
pre-district. So all of the buildings are in your cities.
I just sent my worker out to a bear because I thought it was a warrior.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's not
Oh
good.
no.
That might not end well for your worker.
That's oh dear. Oh no, it's the don't shoot the tile next to the bear. Okay, we're gonna find out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They were eaten. Oh dear. I thought they were warriors. Oh. Your worker has been eaten by a barbarian
Oh
bear.
man, that sucks. That's like a big setback.
Yes, that's terrible. Ah, dear. After any research,
But
animal
also,
husbandry, so we
it's an
can-
important life lesson.
Alright, we're now attacking the bear and having revenge on the bear. Okay, we've killed the bear. The bear is dead, but
All right, good. The damage is done, but the bear is dead.
how did that happen? I saw the W and I was like, there must be a warrior, but it was actually a worker. Terrible. What had a settler? Did it die? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you don't grow when you make
You-
workers too.
Yeah, workers.
Yeah,
and,
so I said that earlier.
and settlers. Yeah.
Oh. The
But,
turn
like-
loads so quickly on this game. I mean, it's an old
So-
game, but still.
Why religion's important early on is your city's maximum size is based on its happiness. So if you have a religion, that would bring your happiness up by 1. So now your maximum city size is 5, which
Where
without a
can you see
religion.
this?
So if you click on your city, okay,
Yeah.
you'll see the food is growing. Okay, that's your health, and then beside production, you'll see a little happy face and an unhappy face.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
you have to keep your happy faces always higher, and this is why sometimes with slavery, it's like, well, oh, the city's gotten too big, everyone's unhappy, wait, nothing's getting done. Slavery, that'll whip them into shape, and you kill your population, and you can, build a wonder very quickly.
This game, man.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
How do you get out your city screen?
So you can click on the city itself, or in the bottom right-hand corner beside your map, you'll see your flag. Click on your flag.
No, when you're in the city screen though.
Escape? You want to get out of it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just escape or
Oh, there
or
we go.
click away from
Okay.
it. Like, I love to, like, when you're up in the sky, like if you use your mouse wheel and zoom out, all you can hear is wind, and you see clouds going by. But then as you zoom in, you'll start to hear the music that your Civ is making, and it gets. If you go right up to
I've
your
got
city,
music turned off. I'm gonna turn it on,
Oh,
see what
okay.
it sounds like. Music. What should I make? A workboat. I mean, our worker just got killed, so let's pick another worker. Oh yeah. Music's quite fun.
certain
What
text
was
reveal
it?
stuff. So bronze working will reveal copper. Iron working reveals iron.
What happened to the settler? What? How do I get the settler out of the city? I swear it's standing there, but I can't select it.
So you click on it and right click.
Oh
where you
yeah, I
want
found it.
to-
I've done it. Yeah. All right.
You can also have that it gets an escort. So if you have a warrior or
Oh,
you
you can
can
actually do that.
you can escort.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
very
the
important.
simplest feature, and it should be
Yeah,
in
yeah.
every.
I was.
Civ.
Yeah, I was. I wanted that in Civ 7. That'd be cool if it was in Civ 7. Because you can do in Civ 7 you can do armies, but you just can't do simple escort, and that's something you still need to do. I know settlers have HP and stuff, but the fact you can't do simple escort, like, is
Yeah,
annoying.
it's a little something.
Promote unit. Oh, okay.
That's how your guys level
City
up.
attack.
In this, when you promote a unit, it still gets to do stuff. It heals a bit,
Oh.
and it can still move around. It doesn't
Let's-
end.
let's
Yeah,
be a-
and promotions
Let's be
in
a,
this game.
a
So
woodsman.
one of the biggest criticism of Civ 4 is the stacks. so
Yeah.
so
Oh
you,
no! Do they
you
all
can-
combine together?
so basically
All
when
the
you
promotions.
build a death stack and you attack like say a tile or something like that, it will automatically choose the unit that has the highest chance of winning. And promotions allow units to like punch above their weight. So like I've seen ridiculous stuff, like I've seen archers kill tanks in this game when I used to play it a lot.
What?
Yeah, that happened a couple of times. It was just like weird stuff. So just the way the death stacks worked, you can build like a death stack army and nothing will kill it.
Mongolia, one of the lamest civs to be in this, because of the Kessig stack.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, that was always like stupid stack.
Oh
Although this-
my god!
This game does have something that Zoe always wants, which is the vassalage. You can make someone a vassal if you defeat them. It's like one of the things you could do in a peace treaty.
That's very interesting. But what's more interesting is my settler was unprotected by one turn. A bear came out of nowhere and killed it. Bruh,
My
this
God,
game.
You're making all like I told you, you could escort your settler.
Yeah, I
You
was
gotta-
moving units towards
gotta
it to
escort
escort
it.
it. And this bear just came out of nowhere.
Well, you forgot to put the fog lights in. That's what we
Literally,
call
like, it was unescorted. So it was unescorted for 2 tiles after it left my capital's borders, and those are the only 2 tiles that could have died. And then this bear appears out of nowhere, and then it doesn't once the bear appears, it doesn't allow you to move the settler away for whatever reason. It says like there's not enough like. It says it takes 2 turns to do that now because the bear is here. So I couldn't even run away.
Because
And then the bear just killed it.
the bear moved beside it, and it reduced its movement. I believe is what had happened.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a feature.
Well,
The
now you
bear's gonna
do.
die now. The second bear is gonna. The second lot of bears is gonna die.
Now, you know, be thankful at first it's animals. Animals can't enter your kingdom, but once that's, done, barbarians can enter your kingdom, and they do. And, I've had many, I remember the group, one friend in particular, it was so annoying, would always get killed by barbarians. And it was like he just would not learn that you have to defend your freaking capital. You'd always have some
For God's
excuse.
sake, man! This stupid bear. There's two lots of bears just took all my units out. 'Cause all I've done is make units from being eaten by a bear. It's terrible.
Guess you forgot to put the fog lights in. Judaism is my favorite sound that it makes when you convert a city. So in this game, there's a special worker option to build a cottage. And cottages are critical because
They make so much money.
It's a terrain that as you work it, it gets more developed. And it'll level up and level up and level up until it becomes a town, and that they make tons of money. Once you get to town, you're making tons of money. And you can build them. So if you have anything that say requires calendar, okay? You can build anything on top of anything else. Okay? A strategic resource and a special and those like they don't matter. You can build a farm on it. You can build a cottage on it. So you can have that, like, at first, especially financial civs, really good for them. Right away, build a cottage on something that would require a plantation, and right away you're looking at a nice juicy money maker. A juicy moneymaker. So sometimes with your cities too, it's good to, like, make sure you don't grow. If you don't want to get too big, unless your plan is to get slavery, which is a good actual.
Every strategy of yours in this game revolves around trying to get slavery. Fantastic.
Everything. Got to get that slavery.
You have discovered archery. Good. Oh no, there's lions. Oh no. Yeah, the graphics in this game aren't the best. What would be cool is a Civ 4 remaster. I'll buy that straight away. Imagine.
That is a good idea. That's like a way to revisit the old franchise stuff. Like, why not? Oh, I got
people
one of.
say
Okay,
it has the best gameplay, so like, why not?
So, special events originated in Civ 4. So our herbalists have discovered a new plant that holds great promise for health treatments. However, tests on human subjects are required to find the right mixture. Option 1, forget these tests. Anything worth knowing has already been discovered, so why risk the needless death? +1 happiness in all cities for 10 turns. All right, try limited tests, but only on non-essential citizens. It is -1 happiness for all cities. In addition, 20% chance. Yeah, 20% chance -1 population in all cities. So someone dies. In addition, there's a 35% chance of +1 health in all cities. Finally, health is the bedrock of world domination. Run full-scale tests, but on all but the youngest and weakest among us. So it's 2 temporary unhappy in all cities, an additional 50%
go for the full
chance,
scale.
and a 90% chance +2 health in all cities forever. Yep, let's do it. Let's hope for the best. In their attempts of finding the right mixture, the healer possesses much better treatments. We did it! We did it!
Oh, you lucky.
We
Why
did
didn't everyone die?
Zozo,
Boo.
open revolt. It's like got angry people. We can't. So I got +2 on happiness.
I think
can't
events, if they're
forget
going to
your
be in the
cruel
game,
oppression.
they should be like occasional things like that. Like where they
Yeah,
occasional,
yeah.
but they have a big impact kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what they
Maybe
are.
So I've got a taskbar. I opened the taskbar, now it's not going away. Damn it. Go away,
Taskbar?
taskbar.
You've probably just clicked on one of the toggles that you just gotta turn it off.
No, like the Windows taskbar. Now it's taken out the bottom of my game.
Oh,
Annoying.
I have no comment on that.
Yeah, let's just build another settler. Hope it doesn't die to bears.
Well, make sure. What did we learn?
Is there any kind of limit to settlements?
Yeah, you cannot build a settlement within 2 tiles of an existing city.
Yeah, no, but is there a limit on like if you have too many? Is there like a revolt or something?
Yeah. So every time you build a city, it's going to add to your overall upkeep. There is a civ bonus called Organize, which gives you a -50. So like the Romans, for instance, they're organized, or Caesar is. So it lets you have 50% minus for your civic cost. If you click on, I think it's the gold financial advisor, yeah, it'll tell you your civic upkeep. So at the beginning, there's like nothing because you have no real government. But as you add governments, it becomes more and more expensive to run your cities. And there are courthouses, I believe, reduce your, and they reduce corruption too. There's
If you're selling it in a desert, is that terrible?
it can be if you don't have any fresh water. Yeah.
All right, let's not do that then.
You usually want to settle beside a lake or a river.
Aha, I bet the taskbar go away.
I bet you that was Nystagmus.
What did he do?
Built Stonehenge.
War. Oh.
Nope, not me.
Oh, okay. Having a dude, one dude in each city will reduce happiness. Will give you happiness as well. But like hereditary rule, it has for each soldier you have in a city, you get a happiness. So with hereditary rule, you can actually have these massive cities because you have like 10 units stationed in them.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's like a low income. It doesn't take a lot, so like it's a legitimate strategy. Hereditary rule. Monarchy is you can get it relatively quickly.
Oh my god, okay. My settler wasn't eaten by a bear for the first time. I'm so happy.
One of the other things that buildings do is that's how like the first base specialists. So you can have that you pull up a population. You click on like so it's not working, and you can have that it's a it turns into a specialist. So like library is like probably one of the quickest ones that you can get that would allow you to get your first specialists.
I love how the food in this game is just breads. Like,
Yep.
does the tile have 3 breads or 1 bread?
Did not start beside
Magical.
any copper.
Floating breads.
So something copper and iron are like, it can be game over if you don't get them right beside you, and if the adjacent civ does.
That's not a great game design, I have to say.
Your base, because your axemen is significantly more powerful than a warrior, and they're actually good at killing warriors. So if you don't, they get a plus 50% combat strength against melee units. So yeah, if you don't have copper right away and the guy beside you does.
Oh yeah,
that's
Axemen.
a very
Axemen are
quick-
stupid. I hated that unit so much. I hate Axemen.
Well, like, fortunately, the archer is a very simple counter because they get a bonus in cities, but they're a completely defensive unit, right? Like, and it's still not a guarantee. But it's more important that, like, the archer isn't melee, so it doesn't get that plus 50% bonus.
Oh, my second city is called York. Fantastic. Where I went
There
to.
you go.
I love that city. Great
Hey,
place.
didn't you guys meet in the real world?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
How'd
Not
that
in
work
York
out?
though. In London. That's my other city. Yeah, it's really good. It's a shame you weren't there. The next time you should be there. Next time you should spend thousands of pounds flying over here for no reason.
Because I've got that kind of job. Although, you know what, I've got to do a test for it, but it's like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a questionnaire that if you get it, a certain rating, that gets you the interview. Because I applied for a role that like requires some technical skills. That if I can prove them,
Good luck with that. Yeah,
it'll be a step up. Definitely a step up.
Yeah, well.
Nice. Oh man, the animation for the Great Wall is like one of the best.
Honestly, why
really-
didn't I just play on Settler, man? I should have known. You guys know everything about this game, and I just lost all my stuff to bears.
So yeah, right here.
So
got
the
Great Wall.
The Great Wall, like when you build it, it's not in multiplayer. You're not gonna see the animation, but like literally, you build a Great Wall that expands your entire border, and it makes it that barbarians can't enter the territory, which is a huge advantage early on.
Sounds pretty OP. Yeah.
So I built it.
Interesting.
Oh.
Good on you. I'm so happy for you.
How happy are you? Because you don't really sound like you're happy. You sound like you're mocking him.
I'm absolutely delighted. Really. Monuments.
Something that it's like one of those heuristic skills to have for Civ 4 is when you have one turn for research left, pull back your gold to get a little bit extra, because you don't get anything for that research going over.
Wow, such an annoying micromanage thing.
Yeah. Well, it's only if you want like 8 extra gold, for instance. Like that's what I just got for doing that.
That's cringe.
It's so cringe. It makes you just cringe out loud.
Honestly.
I've adopted slavery, so now I'm okay if my cities get giant. I'll allow it.
Oh, I bought another settler. Okay. Don't get eaten by bears, please. It's crazy this game goes on until like, so let's look at the end of the tree, until like fiber optics and fusion
Yep.
and stealth and future tech. Crazy. Robotics.
Not
Does it
that,
have
like-
nuclear? Does it have nuclear weapons? Surely it must do, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Every Civ has nukes. Every Civ.
Yeah,
Has nukes.
of course
This
it
one
does.
is
yeah.
This one's no different.
Ah, yes, I see. Guided missile. Apollo program. Fascism. Why is fascism actually a technology?
Yeah,
What
it
the hell?
is. Now, one of the things about the Great Wall, now that I'm thinking about it, that its real advantage is it's before Courthouse. I think Courthouse is the first one that gives you a bonus to espionage. It just gives you a base bonus to espionage, Great Wall, and I think it gives you spy points because spies is a type of great person, and it's just because you're accumulating it early. It's a big advantage because there's no other way to really get it. So like Nystagmus will now have an edge in espionage that we just couldn't really hope to compete with.
Is it what reason, sorry?
Because he built the Great Wall. The Great Wall is one of the few buildings that, especially in the ancient era, like there's nothing in the ancient era that gives you espionage points, but the Great Wall does. So it accumulates, and it makes it that like if you build the Great Wall, you will much more rapidly be able to find out about all the civs you've met.
And spy on them and blow up
spy
their
on them
improvements.
and blow up their improvements. You got it. You got it. You're getting it.
Okay, Sam, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Isn't the Great Wall also give you like defensive bonuses too?
Well, it makes it that barbarians can't enter your territory. That's the defensive bonus, and you get 100% bonus to Great Admiral, or sorry, Great General emergence, I think. Oh, I see barbs. Uh-oh, we've entered the era of barbs, and when they can't, if the civ beside you has Great Wall, can't bother them, they end up coming to bother you.
Thankfully, I haven't met the Cyprus then.
I agree though with Roman Holiday that a remastered version of some of these older civs would be kind of cool. It's like a facelift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if you would stick if you would try and port the game to hexagonal tiles or stick on square.
No, I would keep all the other mechanics the same.
Keep everything the same.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Switching to hexes
right?
would 100% break this game.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I was thinking that would be hard to do.
it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be.
Would you keep the death stacks though?
Yeah, it's still fun. Like, it's dumb, but it's fun.
Alright. Fair play.
Confucianism.
Oh, so I've got you can actually build stuff in your second city pretty quickly. Like, that's pretty good actually. It's not like in Civ 7 where it's like a town and it can't even make anything.
No, right
Wow.
away. It's a city. Yeah, it's
Wow.
ready to go.
And actually, it's like decent production as well. Wait. I think my second city is bigger than my capital. Something like that. I need to check. Worker. Let's build that. No, okay, it's not. It's one smaller. Oh no. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many bears and stuff. Let's build a warrior or spearman. No, we can't do that. We need copper. Archer, yeah, we need that. Yeah, thank you. 16 tons. Okay, we're not doing that. Jesus. No,
Are you working your tiles? Are you building irrigation and?
And one worker's got eaten by bears, so not yet.
That is, yeah, you definitely. Although you played Civ 6, you know the importance of. You only need one though. You just need one worker at first.
Right. Okay.
It's like India is one of India's biggest bonuses is their workers work 50% faster, so they can just like zoom
Sounds
through
OP.
everything. Now, one thing like that's weird, I can't. Nystagmus, can you click on and talk to me?
Oh, you mean like the Diplo screen?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I accidentally turned that off. I swear you can do diplomacy with humans, but it's not letting me do anything with you.
How do you do that usually?
You would just click on. So if you've met Montezuma, for instance, if you just click on Montezuma, the name in the bottom right-hand corner, you could say, "Oh, let's do a deal." But for some reason, it's not letting me do it with you. I can't click on you at all. So that's weird. I recall that you could do diplomacy with humans.
Yeah, it's not letting me do it.
Oh, there we go. Nystagmus is trying to contact you.
Oh,
There we go. Okay, it worked. I offer you open borders.
yeah, you have to be able to do the open borders thing, right? Like,
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, they have to click on you, and it'll be a phone will ring, and you have to click on their name afterwards. That's what it is. So you just clicked on me, and I heard the little phone ring, and then I clicked on you, and it let me open it. So it meant that like it didn't automatic. You couldn't just automatically. You had to like request an audience, and they could choose to ignore you. That's what it is.
oh, I turned off the sound, so I would never hear that. Is it like a visual thing as well?
Yeah, so for instance, right now, I'm going to click on you, and you should see on your screen, it should say Zozo is trying to contact
Oh,
you.
yeah. So I was trying to contact you.
And then you would click on my name,
Okay.
and there you go.
I like how when you close the screen, it closes it for me too. It just immediately.
We're done here. Yeah, I just killed 4 population. Woo! It's like slavery. You get that giant production boost very, very quickly, but your people they don't like it. They don't like it when you work them to death.
Surprising. Let's put a work boat. No, actually, no. Let's put a worker. Yeah.
I say we play Zoe's most favorite Civ next week, which is Civ 5. Most favorite.
Oh my god. My god.
I could play Civ 5. I like Civ 5.
Next week, actually, like you guys are welcome to play Civ 5. Father's Day weekend, and my family is taking me away.
Oh yeah, actually, to be fair, next week I'm working at an exhibition center. Never mind. So I'm
See, there you go. It's all a dumpster fire.
We've been like on a hiatus, and then we're just come back for
know,
1 week,
I
and
know.
then we're gone next week.
1 week for Civ 4.
Oops, someone got the Oracle.
I mean, this is very much like a case of like you play the game, you realize that the way you were playing was terrible, and then you kind of have to restart almost to then understand. Like I realized that wonders are OP. You need a worker in every city like immediately. You need to avoid
Burger.
the bears. That's a big one.
Avoid
Avoid the bears. If you want
yeah.
religion, you have to go rush it straight away. because you get them from text. Like, what the hell?
Wait, did I finish the pyramids?
Yeah, there's no culture tree in this, right?
Oh
yeah,
no,
it's very
No.
interesting.
It's not what culture does.
I did not get the pyramids. I was like one turn away. Who built them?
Oh no.
Did you build them?
No, it wasn't me.
Roman Holiday might have. I don't know.
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. And he even found you in the tower. It wasn't me. On camera.
The Stygmas is doing
building
this
that
here.
pyramid.
Such a great song. They love playing that at parties. It's a great one.
I haven't been to a party in a very long time.
Oh, and
But
this is
it's
different
'cause
too.
I'm old.
Roman Holiday. When you don't
Sorry,
build,
yeah?
when you don't build a wonder, they don't give you production. They give you gold.
Yes.
Okay. You can
Just
put
gotta-
it to research thing. All right.
It's
How
just
do you
a
even tell how
flat
much?
amount of gold.
I think my research is going to be reduced to 80% because we've gone bankrupt. I don't know.
Well, no,
Can I increase the
like-
taxes or something?
Yeah, you can. Well, you can lower your research.
No, I don't want to do that anymore. All right. How do
If
I
you lo-
even
if
see how
you
much money I
lo-
actually have?
So if you lower your research, that will increase your gold. It's in the
I've
top
got
left
one
corner.
gold in the treasury. Oh dear. Oh, it's because the FPS counter is going over that, so I can't actually see. Right, that's why. Right, let's put 70% budget. All right,
How many cities do you have?
I got 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of maintenance with new cities.
Yeah, new cities do increase. So add it to your trade network.
Lighthouse?
That will
No.
decrease it.
I'll do that.
Roads or lighthouse. Yeah, a lighthouse in each one will connect it to your trade network.
All right, lighthouse. But what if there's a gap in the land between the two? What if it's inland sea? Surely that won't count then.
So it would
Research
No,
sailing?
yeah, you need to build another city in
No, but
between those two.
You can also research sailing.
Yeah,
Sailing.
but look at the setup, Nystagmus. Even if he did sailing, that is a landlocked, like it's got like an island. It has to there still has to be a way to connect the water to the water.
Can you see my screen? If I split a city
Yeah.
here, will that be alright? Will that fix the problem?
I can see your screen.
If I put a city like here, will that fix the problem?
I think you need to build a city. So your capital, there's at the corner there. There's like a forest, and it looks like is that iron or something below there. There's a goody hut. Right in, if you build a city where that forest is, that would connect. You could connect them that way. Yeah. If you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I know what you're talking about.
you do? Okay. So yeah, just imagine it like that, because that would also allow you to, if you had boats, you'd be able to sort of canal through there.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that.
It's an interesting. Usually England starts near the ocean. You did, but like the way, yeah, you definitely want to use some cities as canal sort of structure there.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrible bit of terrain. I'm gonna lie.
Actually, no, that's fantastic. Honestly, that is like a very rare.
It's like, oh no, it's actually pretty
You have
good.
to-
You just suck.
Yeah. You just have to build a couple cities in key locations, and you'll be able to you'll have some great trade.
All right, I'm looking forward
And
to it.
oh, look, you got stone, dude.
Well, I'm
you got
looking forward
you
to
have
that
an
when
amazing
s-
start. You have an amazing start. But
No,
you
it wasn't so amazing. The animals are everywhere.
you got to get a worker going. You need to start.
Yeah,
like,
the
so right
workers. We've got a worker here, but I don't know. Is he just sitting here doing nothing?
there. Where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
yeah,
actually
this is
tell
what-
him to do stuff.
yeah. I automate my workers because that's the automation here is actually
Why
pretty
select
good.
him?
Okay.
Okay.
And they usually
Yeah,
like
AI's got quite good in this game.
the only time I manually take over workers is when I want to build more cottages. Because they don't tend to do that. They tend to build a lot of farms for some reason.
Yeah, they don't. Well, you can set them, right? So you can have that build trade network if you automate them. Right. So there's automate them for improvements, which is or press A, or you can press N, which is build trade networks, and that will
I'm
just
looking at
be
that.
to
Is
connect.
that good?
Like,
Is
with
that
roads.
good?
Trade network, like, so another way that you can connect all your cities together is with
How long does that take to do though?
you
Not very
can.
long.
It doesn't take too long, and if you actually click, there's it says route to mode. It's right beside irrigation. You can click on the city that you want to build a road to, and it'll just like automatically like it'll start doing.
Oh yeah,
for
that
you.
was a Civ
And
4
and the
feature,
thing
Civ
that
5 feature, I
yeah,
remember
the
that.
thing that Ursa Ryan would love is when you get railroads, and you put trade network, they'll replace all the roads with railroads on their own. Like they'll do that.
I love this automated stuff. It's great. All right, automated. Yeah.
It's not just that it's automated; it's that they're not like they don't suck at it. That's the big thing,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
the automation's
Yeah, they
not
get-
bad, but then again, here like it's not as complicated in terms of like what you want to build in these tiles. In Civ 6, you couldn't
Yeah, it's
automate it
simple.
because it would really depend on what you want to try to do, right? In terms of
Of course. Yeah.
Ooh, great lighthouse built far away. Ooh, great person born. I've been very slow on expansion, but generally when I'm a civ like this, I don't rush into building my second city. Whereas you guys actually have expansionistic civs where like it is advantageous to do that.
yeah, I'm gonna go to my third city pretty soon.
Actually, I'll tell one what. Why is my worker building a road on this tile? What? Why building a road here? This is in the wrong direction.
Oh,
What do
by the
you-
way, when you build improvements, you have to connect them to the city with a road.
Yes, you're right. So if you like mined iron, that's how you connect it.
Oh, fair enough.
So basically, when you look at like late stage games of this like late games of this game, there are roads everywhere, and the reason why is that the road needs to connect the city to the resource, or you can't get access to it.
Fair enough.
So they do basically like what they'll do is they'll improve the tile, and then they'll immediately start digging to make the road, essentially.
Oh yeah, I see they built a road. Fair enough. Can the roads cross across rivers yet or not yet?
Yeah, rivers. Yeah, you can cross a river.
Oh, okay.
It's funny that in Civ 1, bridge building was like an actual science.
Well, it is in Civ 5 and Civ 6, right? It's a tech you get.
I think
The
it
bridges
just
get built.
like engineering or whatever just makes it that a road passing a river is connected or whatever. Because roads in this actually do make your movement faster.
Yeah, but in Civ 5 and Civ 6, roads across rivers that have a movement penalty until you get a certain tech. I promise
Yeah,
you.
I think something like that is in this too.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Library. Let's not build that. It takes forever. I'll get more production.
Mines get production, chopping stuff gets production, slavery. Don't forget slavery.
You should. Welcome back to Zoe trying to get the Civ show cancelled by just making it his main strategy
But
every
it's in the
time.
game. It's in the game.
Oh no, I went the wrong way. Oh dear. What's that music? Subbed a Wonder or something. Maybe someone declared war on me, I don't know. What is this music?
What's the music? What's it sound like?
I don't know. Now it's a flute. Maybe I'm feeling a bit better now. Greece, we'd like to make a trade proposal. Interesting. I give you the city of York. What will you give me?
When I play music, Nystagmus, can you hear it?
No, I can't. I turned your sound off.
Okay, good. Just because if I can't get my precious endemic go,
As far as epidemic.
epidemic,
endemic?
sorry, endemic, epidemic. I thought it was endemic. Maybe it's epidemic. The important thing is you know what I'm talking about.
Well, the viewer might not do. I guess it's not important. Oh, we got 10 viewers now. All watching Civ 4. I appreciate it.
I'm the only one who's still watching the YouTube channel.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking maybe it's better just to switch to your main channel, and then like, even though it would dilute the Civ give, it would give it at least show it to more people.
Hey, you're the one who told me not to do that.
Okay, yeah, I know it was me, but I've just since changed my mind, and that's allowed.
I admit I was wrong. Say the words.
I admit I was wrong.
I admit I was wrong.
But I also admit that I'm an adaptable person, and when you know, when I see something fail, I'm immediately when I try things. If they don't work, I try something else.
/
One turn of anarchy. What the hell is this?
or you ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, ChatGPT is pretty good at asking things. So you've seen like most Gen Z
Pretty good,
people use ChatGPT
yeah.
for like, life advice. It's quite funny, me
Pretty-
included, to be honest.
Pretty good to pretty good at lying to you too.
Oh yeah, it can hallucinate. Yeah.
Did you watch that video I
Let's get
sent
this-
you?
Yeah, I did. I replied. Did you not see?
Oh yeah, I
It was
didn't
kind
know.
of crazy, man. The gaslighting. Like, did you make up this entire like transcript that didn't exist? No, it was all genuine. You uploaded it at this time. Like, no, you didn't. That's not true. I can 100% confirm this transcript that I've given you is definitely genuine and not made up, and you are wrong.
Yeah. You said this.
You said this on the 6th of June, or whatever it was.
It is
Well, I find it kind of
weird.
impressive how he got it. The AI got the beginning of what they would actually were going to say right, without even knowing what they were
Well,
going to
no,
say.
they probably have like a standard intro, right?
Oh yeah, maybe.
And
Yeah.
the reason why he figured it out it was wrong is that it was making him say stuff that didn't exist, or that he didn't say during the episode.
Oh, that's the.
He was amazed that it came
Nah,
up with jokes that they would make though. Like it was like it had jokes there that he said that, oh yeah, this is something that we would totally do.
Well, he was saying the show's quite formulaic, so it would make sense.
Yeah, a lot of shows are like that though.
Your anarchy is over. The government is re-established, so there was no
Nice.
government for a turn. Great. There must be a government. There's always a government. That's what the guy says in 28 Days Later.
Now there's a new movie coming out 28 years later.
Yeah, that's why I started watching 28 Days Later, so I can be ready for that. I've only watched the first half of it, though. I got to the point where they drive through that tunnel. You know the crazy thing about it is it's all set in London. I'm like, everywhere they go, I'm like, I know that place. That's crazy.
There's a 28 Weeks Later too. Are you gonna watch that?
Yeah, I heard that's terrible. I might watch it. We'll see. I was gonna say, yeah, it's so cool that I know. Obviously, I know it all, but it's from 23 years ago. So I
Yeah,
kind of know
I was
it,
like,
but,
I was like a young adult when it came out, man. Like,
what I kind of find funny is like maybe at the beginning, the only reason the virus comes out is because some like environmentalists or whatever want to like rescue the monkeys. And you're like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that was funny.
It actually just was quite comedic because it's like, bro, do you not understand? Look at these monkeys, man. They're like clearly infected with something, and you're
My
like
favorite
trying to
was
break
when-
it.
my favorite was when the girl who like opened the cage was just like still happy and smiling as it like ran towards her.
Yeah, yeah. Like, are you dumb, man? Are you dumb?
I love the sound of the Judaism so much that I'm gonna change my religion. So I'm gonna take a turn of anarchy just because of how much I prefer the sound that when you convert it, because I have 2 religions.
Open borders. All right. I don't know. Is it a deal? Nah. You know what? It ain't happening. It ain't happening. No open borders.
Who asked you for open borders? Nystagmus?
No, it was Oh wait. Now the Greeks can have it. It sounds like a deal for them. But like no, it was the Mehmed the Second Ottomans. I was like, I don't trust.
I think
them.
you're on a different continent than us.
This is why I proposed playing a small map so we'd all be together. But yeah, this is interesting. Worker, please work. Build improvements, automated. There we go.
The other cool thing about this is how you the other thing they added to like Civ 6 and stuff is like buying tiles. So you can just buy tiles, right?
Well, that's something you can't do in Civ 7. I miss being able to buy your friends tiles from them. It was funny.
And so in this one, you build more culture, and you can actually like take over cities with culture. If you go to your city view, you go to the
Everyone
city,
is it's French Eleanor in this.
so you go to your city
Really?
view, and I'll put it on my view right here. So right here, oh sorry, it'll tell you like your city is 100% German, right? Like so, my city here is 100% German.
I saw that. Yeah, that
will
was interesting.
decrease as like there's a city with higher population or higher culture near it, and so it will change. And then eventually they'll say, "Oh, we want to, join you." They'll offer to join you, but like the other civ will like absolutely despise you if you say yes, take their city.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
it is another mechanic in the game.
Oh, first great spy born.
Yeah, I have them. Oh, you can start a Golden Age. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's right. Great people could start a golden age.
So I can join the city and get 12 espionage points per turn.
Which is usually the better one to do early on.
Or I can get Scotland.
Although the Academy...
I can get Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard. Yeah. Oh, man. Such an advantage. I forgot that Great Wall, especially in a multiplayer, is like something you definitely want.
100% espionage points.
Yeah. Which in the Great Wall City already you get that baseline, and it's just that's the big difference is because it's higher than 0.
I think I'm gonna make the Great Person though, because I get research points too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. Super Specialist. How many espionage points are you making right now, Zoe?
4 a turn.
Oh, yeah, I make 16.
Yeah, I have no doubt. I have no effing doubt that you do. Oh, I got my own great scientist.
Yeah, I just built my 3rd city. Oh man, Montezuma is like coming in and messing with my boundaries here.
Is he friendly and loves you?
Let me see. We have open borders. That's about it. But he's annoyed with me. Oh, now he's annoyed with me. That just changed. What the hell? Why?
Oh, there's the trumpet of war. I love that sound.
Oh, he declared war on me. Okay.
He's more than annoyed with you, dude.
Lol, what the hell? Oh, Mehmed is offering me some masonry tech for meditation. That's so cool. You can trade techs like that.
Yeah,
Wow,
you can
okay.
trade techs, and the AI does, and it's so problematic. Like, that was one of the kind of lame things. It's like AI is just gonna trade all their tech.
Oh wow, Montezuma has pretty high power, although I do too. So, all right.
Yeah, and your espionage is gonna, you're gonna know exactly what he's doing. So.
Wait, so when you trade a tech, are you getting rid of one, or you're purely just gaining one?
No, yeah, you each get one. Like, you give them yours, yours.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So
Sometimes it makes
we can just trade
dollars.
every tech. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can. But like,
That shouldn't be a thing.
they have an intrinsic value, right? So, like, if your tech is worth like a lot and theirs is worth jank, you can usually get lots of techs for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, just gonna build
And you
a
need
bunch.
alphabet before you can trade
Just
tech.
build a bunch of axemen, because all he's doing is throwing melee units at me.
Axeman range units. Okay. How much money do I have? Treasury 0. Okay, not great.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna murder his units. Oh yeah, and the computer does do stupid things like use their archers to attack you, when that does like it leads you to just get promotions. Oh, I have a general now. I got a great general.
You got a great general?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get tons of great generals. Them declaring war on you. So in this game, you can have a building that gives you great general points, or just fighting gets you great general points. And like, because Nystagmus has the Great Wall, he gets plus 100%. And are you Imperial?
Yeah, I am.
And Imperial gets 100% as well. You are gonna get generals.
So join city as a military instructor and get +2 experience points. I think I'll do that.
Yeah, but although the
warlord.
The warlord's good, but yeah, maybe at first, because so if you stack with a barracks and a couple other things, you're gonna have that like every unit that city produces is gonna be like level 2 or level 3, and that is a significant advantage. I usually find if you can't do the military academy, joining the city is like the way to. Like, does that city have a barracks yet?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so that right off the bat, your Axeman's gonna be like level 2. So you're gonna get a promotion bonus, and then like, you know, if you get vassalage, like it stacks quickly. Yeah, you're in a very advantageous, like, especially for a defensive war. Stupid Aztecs. your capital is awesome. So, and remember, Nystagmus, with Civ 4, when you get machine working, if you still have forests on those river squares, you're going to get a bonus because when you build a lumber mill, if it's on a river, you get extra gold.
So I've just returned. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like that lumberjack commercial we grew up watching in Canada. But basically,
You have lumberjack commercials in the Canada.
There is this when stations in Canada were about to shut down, like for the night, there would be like a cartoon, and one of them was like this French Canadian about this lumberjack. We go sailing, sailing down. That's what. Nystagmus, you know what I'm talking about?
I believe so. Yeah.
We
Sounds
celebrate
awful.
we celebrate our lumberjack culture here, okay? You guys with your Thames, okay? Unfortunately, the River Thames is so corrosive that lumber would just disintegrate, so you couldn't do this.
Is that actually the reason? Oh, I didn't actually know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
Oh, is it not actually the reason you just made that up?
No, it's not actually the reason.
Oh.
Although the River Thames is pretty polluted, yeah.
Oh, it's actually mainly just clay.
How often do you go swimming? How often do you go swimming in the River Thames?
Well, people do swim in it. Although recently, it's got worse recently, actually. They had to, the boat race, like, they keep having to, they can't, the boat race, the Oxford-Cambridge boat race, they always, traditionally chuck the, I forgot the name of the person who, steers the boat, whatever they're called, in the boat race.
The
When you
bowsman.
do,
No, it's not
yeah,
the bowsman.
yeah, that person. The bowsman.
The bowsman does the weapons and stuff. Keeps the gunpowder dry. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, not that. The person who steers the boat when for boat racing, is often thrown in the water at the end as like a joke, like a tradition. But they can't do that at the moment for the Oxford Cambridge boat race on the Thames. It happens every year. It's a very famous thing, because the Thames is so polluted that it might give you E. coli or something. But thankfully, it might be resolved. They just opened a £1 billion new super sewer that might help. So, because that was like the first sewer we had since the Victorian times or something. So, hopefully
wow.
hopefully it'll make a big difference. Also, like something like that. So.
Oh my god.
But the real reason why real reason that's so stupid, right, is our water companies got privatized in the 90s, and late 80s, 90s, and so Thames Water is in 25 billion pounds of debt for no reason because some businesses bought it and put loads of debt on it. It's crazy, man. So some Australian investment fund bought Thames Water and just said, right, well, we're gonna put 10 billion pounds of debt on Thames Water, and no one can do anything about it because we own it now, and that was just allowed to happen. This is crazy, man. Water shouldn't be something that the companies can just buy.
No.
Well, Nestle's trying
And
to.
now it's at risk of going out of business. The water for it could be a major crisis for the water company for all of London goes out of business. So yeah, because they have so much debt.
Oh my god, all my units are level 2.
Yeah. They're starting level 2, so you're getting 2 abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting a defensive war with the Great Wall is the best thing you can hope for. You will be able to destroy the Aztecs.
Yeah, I know how OP the Great Wall was from Civ 5. So oh no, the barbarians have entered my capital. Oh, bro. Talking of the Great Wall, what have done with that? So they can. Okay, we're building an archer in 6 turns or something. That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
If you've got slavery, you can. Oh, dude, you've got nothing in there right now. Yeah. Do you have slavery?
I don't know. How do I find out?
You're about to lose your capital, dude. If you don't right now. Okay, so click on your city.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Click on your city and see if you can buy that archer.
How do I see if I can buy it?
Okay, yeah, you can. You do have slavery. Okay, so bottom right-hand corner, there's like a little arrow pointing up and it's orange. Click on that, and that is you'll kill population, and you'll get a unit in there.
Hurry Archer. Okay, that one. Yeah.
You'll hurry it. Yeah. There you
Okay,
go.
I've hurried it.
You just saved your capital because it takes one turn. It's not going to appear till next turn, and the barbarians
my
both
God.
move in there.
Okay, cheers.
You just saved your capital.
Some real danger in this game.
There is, and the barbarians will destroy that city. Now, you might want to unautomate your worker because the barbarians will go and kill them.
It was
No,
go on.
what do you? No! Stay in the city. Stay in the city. All right, do what you want. But I would have kept the archer in the city. Like, yeah, you're gonna likely win that fight. But like in the city, the archers get like a 25% defense bonus or something like that.
Well, how was I supposed to know that?
So just like in all games of Civ, you can click on a unit and there'll be information somewhere on the unit, right? So if you were to click on your archer right now, you should be able to hover over.
No, but it says right now it's 50% city defense.
Right. So if it's in a city, it gets a
25% hills
bonus.
defense. Right,
Yeah.
is this a hill? No, I don't think it is.
So if it's
Oh,
on
it's not.
both a
It's a
hill and
plain.
a city, it's even bigger. Now, mind you, those are warriors. They have a crap attack. You're in a forest. You know, if they attack you, you're definitely gonna win that. But
All right.
you know, you would have been better to let them come to you. Is all I'm trying to say. Either way, you're not gonna
Well,
lose your
I didn't
capital,
want
and
I
that's
didn't
the
want them to
important
attack
thing.
any farms or anything, you know.
Right.
That would be bad. Okay, it's around that way. Let's research the alphabet. Actually, no. Let's do polyethism. Oh, no, I don't know. Iron Y. Let's have some units. And let's build.
Nystagmus, I'm calling you.
Oh.
Hell yeah, dude! Let's trade some tech. Let's see.
I hate this game. I hate that concept already. if you're only content on your own, or you can only trade tech with AI, this is terrible.
So I got currency is worth 348. You want to do currency for compass?
Sure.
All right. There you go. I already don't like that idea. Have you not met anyone yet, Holiday?
No, I've met 2 AIs.
Oh, okay. So you're trading with them. Oh, you're very, very close, Holiday, to connecting your cities together. So you'll know they're connected as well because above their name, there'll be like a little triangular, like 3 arrows pointing in a circle. And that indicates that they're connected to your trade routes.
Is Connections in Civ 5? I can't remember.
Oh.
I don't know if it is.
I was getting the impression that they've been in every game except for 7. I don't know if 7 has the trade route.
7 has them. 7 has them.
Oh, does it? Okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah, for like resources. If your city's not connected, you won't get the resources.
Yeah, you have to be connected. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. Although it's been about 3 weeks since I played Civ 7, so I'll forget. I'm gonna build my first spy. See if I can throw it into the Aztecs. See what's going on.
Yeah, see what they're doing. I think every game of Civ should look to Civ 4 and say, how can we be like Civ 4? And does our game have everything Civ 4 has at one? And espionage in Civ 4 was a lot of fun. There were so many things that you could do with your spies, and it was just a really fun aspect of the game.
I'm just gonna go ahead and attack them.
Yeah, man, this is the time to do it. Remember, though, bring catapults with you.
Oh, I'm about to research construction.
Oh, perfect. So in Civ 4, you've got your cities actually have defenses that instead of having that, that cities have hit points or anything like that, they just add a defense bonus, and it's substantial. Like it's actually an important bonus. However, if you bring catapults with you or trebuchets, siege weapons, you can lower that defense score after a few turns. You can just attack the defense score until it's gone. And then they also have in this that siege units can do collateral damage.
Oh yeah, they can
And
kill.
that's
They
where
can.
you attack
yeah.
all the units in
on-
a stack.
Yeah, on a stack. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it got. Yeah, that I remember that. That's when it got
Things get a
painful.
little out of hand. That's where things get out of hand. Bombers can do it too.
Oh yeah, bombers would just obliterate stacks if you had them. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I had a friend who, this is where like my favorite Civ 4 story. We were playing because we used to do LAN parties, right? And Civ 4 was like the game that we played for LAN parties. And he declared war on me in the like medieval era, like around then, and like I was totally unprepared for it, and he took out like 3 of my cities, and we ended up having peace, but he was like, I'm not giving you your cities back. I'm like, all right, fine. So he was Japan, and I had a spy in his capital, and Tokyo had 3 samurai defending it in like getting into the modern era. So I grudgingly accepted the peace, and I built a transport, and I put 4 Marines on it, and I went the long way around, and I ended up declaring a surprise war on him, took out his capital, because all of his units were on the border. They were all, and he just had the 3 in there, 3 samurai. He figured, this is so far from the front line, he would see it coming. Well, he didn't see this coming. So suddenly I declared war on him, and I captured his capital, and I razed it in 1 turn. And he had so many wonders in there. It's like, no, I don't care. I'm not keeping it. I'm burning it to the ground. All these wonders are gone.
Is raised in 1 turn in Civ 4, or is it? Does it take
1
multiple
turn.
turns?
1 turn. You
Wow,
conquer a city,
wow.
and you're given the choice: do you want to conquer it or do you want to raise it? And if you raise it, you kill everybody in 1 turn.
Oh my
This-
god, it's like Civ 6 as well.
Yeah, it's vicious. It's just vicious.
Right, Civ 5 and
And-
Civ 7 don't
and
do
that was
that.
it.
It's over time. You have to wait a few turns.
It takes a few turns to raise a city, but no. So it's just like, that was it for him. Like, and he tried to
It's
fight.
over.
I had bombers.
It's
He didn't
over.
have bombers, and I was just able to I had 3 bombers. So when he came at me, just bomb, stack all of his stacks, and yeah, he had a huge army that I did not have, and I was able to reduce them very quickly. It was the best game of Civ ever.
Your memory of it is so vivid.
It was. It really was. It was a core memory.
Would it be okay with pausing for a moment?
Oh, yeah, I was about to
suppose.
suggest actually. Can we take like a 10-minute break or something? Because I need to have a tea and I'll wake up, refresh a
That's
bit.
good. I got a be right back screen.
I don't know. Can we pause? I honestly don't know. Recall the pause in here.
Well, the turn
Um,
timer is like literally like 3 minutes 40. So.
I
Yeah,
would
we can
just
do-
go and do your thing and just don't end the turn.
Okay.
There probably
Game
is a
details.
a pause. I don't remember.
I'll be right back.
It's not P. It might be like Shift P.
Oh, I did P. I pressed P and I pressed the tile and it It did something crazy. What the hell is that?
Yeah. You don't want to. You don't want that happening.
What happened?
I
I
honestly
pressed
have
P
no
and there
idea.
was like electric shock on the tile.
There you go.
What the hell? Maybe it marks the map for you guys.
Maybe.
What the hell? Press P and then click on the tile.
Oh.
The-
Oh wow. It's a ping. You're pinging.
It's like a
Maybe.
crazy noise.
Ping received from Raising Zozo.
Interesting.
No, I'm not sure what the pause is. Just go do whatever you want to do, I guess.
Alright. Yeah, 1 second.
I'm not taking a break. Just so waited for the show to keep on going. People are getting tea. Playing Civ 4 and not Civ 7. Isn't that funny? About to get a great person in Civ 4. How it would work is you would get great people points and they would pool together. And in this case, I have some coming for scientist, some for engineer. So right now it's a 72% chance that my great person will be a scientist, 28% chance it'll be a great engineer, and it'll go like that each time. Because my pyramids are giving me great engineer points, where my library and great library, well, my great library also gives me 2 great scientists. That's why I love the great library. So it's like basically +2 scientists plus these guys here. So it's like +8 per turn. And then I have this one here. So that's +11 per turn for great scientists. It's pretty good. My pyramids gave me advanced governments, usually representation you don't get till way later. So having it like in the BCs was a big advantage. +3 science per specialist, and then +3 happiness in your 3 largest cities. So like right at the beginning, you don't have a lot of cities. Having +3 happiness, that makes all your cities like very big. I am behind in the city game, but I am starting to get out here. Oh, I got a great engineer. Wow, beat the odds, though. Beat the odds. So I could rush the Pantheon, Parthenon, discover, or a golden age. How many turns am I here? I think I don't want to rush that, and I'll save it for another wonder. I think I can get the Parthenon. Pretty quickly. Hope I can. It's a nice little wonder to have. So we're just gonna have you do that for now.
I'm back.
Hello. I've just been talking.
What you talking about?
I was just talking about how great people work, and that it's a turn-based. You get so many points per turn, but it can be a split between the various things. So in my case, it was between scientists and engineer, and it was a 72% chance of a scientist, and I ended up getting an engineer. So, you know, sometimes you roll that D100 and I'm about to get calendar, which will reveal the center of the map, and you get to find out where you are in relation to, and it also gives you an idea of how.
You know, there's for graphics mod you can get that like makes the game look way better. Like the black becomes clouds and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Civ 4 Remaster, and it was updated in 2021, so like pretty recently actually. Here's what it does. So you get fog instead of black, which is way better, of course. New vivid terrain textures similar to those in Civ 6. New
Okay.
modern city bar with team color.
See,
Interface
Nystagmus?
recolor. Rework
Everything
some
you
icons to be
want.
more clear.
Everything you want. The modding community provides.
Oh, and there's even a video actually of it. Look, okay, I'm gonna put a video right now in the chat, and maybe you want to show this on the stream, but look how much better it looks. It actually looks way better. Wow.
Let's take a look.
Like I think the simple improvements to the UI make a big difference as well. Like the fact the city banner is your color, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does look really nice.
I mean, I wonder if there's a UI scaling mod, because on my screen at 1440p, every single icon is like one pixel wide.
I wouldn't like. You gotta remember, like this was like one of the moddiest of mod Civs.
Yeah. I know it was. Yeah.
And people like went all in, and you know they
Weren't there like complete game overhauls to be like
complete
the
game overhauls.
Isn't there like an Alpha Centauri mod where you can play in the future or something? I don't know.
There is so many types of mods for this, like, and it's been out for so long. So like, a lot of them may have been made like 20 years ago. Still great.
Actually,
There's probably a Civ 7 mod for
I
it.
know you guys are right back. Is it okay if you guys excuse me just for another minute or so?
Dude, we
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
stop the timer. Like, if you gotta go, be excused. Be excused.
Oh, I'm interested. I'm watching someone play Civ 4 modded right now, and like, it looks a lot better, definitely. The blue marble mod, what does that do? It's a new graphic design based on Maffle and based on NASA projects Blue Marble and Hubble. What?
So, Holiday, how are you enjoying Civ 4 so far?
I think it reminds me of the first time I played Civ 5, where you just need to rinse and repeat like 5 times to understand what's good and what's not, almost. It reminds me of Civ 5 more than I thought, actually. Like, wonders are OP, seemingly. There are some set OP things that you can do that just always will win. So, which does remind you of, like, some of the key strengths of Civ 6, and that, like, that's what was so great about Civ 6 is the game changed every single time so much, and I think Civ
Right.
6 definitely is still my favorite game by far, because of that, like even more than the Civ 5. But I will think there's some great ideas from this game that really should be in like little things that should be in future Civ games. Like the espionage seems a lot better and more interesting. I think the AI for the barbs and the what I like about the barbs and the animals is just how lethal they are. Like you will literally use like your settler doesn't have HP or anything. One turn, it's not defended and it's dead. That's it. You know. I
That's it.
like that
Done.
lethalness. In Civ 6, in Civ 7, I don't know. It feels like they're being too nice, right? Your settler can
Yeah,
take like
yeah.
2 hits from barbs and it's still alright. Like that feels wrong. Like it feels like they're being too nice, and because of that, you lose the danger. There's no danger anymore.
Like, and I shared with that video of the the issues with Civ 7, and I think you're right about like little things like that like making settlers are now like hard to kill, and like that's always been in all civs. You protect
yeah.
your settlers.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
and it's just an
Like-
iconic thing, you know. If your settler gets stolen, it's just kind of funny, but it's an iconic thing because there's a risk reward mechanic there. Where if you don't
Right.
protect it, you could lose it. But in Civ 7, that mechanic is not really there because it's like if you don't protect it, it'll probably be fine anyway, which is not fun.
No.
I think
No.
Civ 7 does have some. It's got some solid potential. Like, I think some of the micro they got rid of actually is for the best. Like, to be honest, having played this game, like, it reminds me of the how cumbersome workers actually can be. Like, I do like the fact you can just click on a tile and buy it, but like, I don't know. I feel like Civ 7 still needs some kind of unit that you could lose. Like, the fact that there's no units to lose at all. Like, kind of, I don't know. It's unrealistic. I like being able to steal someone's worker or something, you know?
Yeah. No, I think that's
I've just
fair.
lost Nottingham to barbarians, I think. Oh dear, how did that happen? Oh no. Can I capture it back?
If it's still alive, yes.
It's hard to tell if it's... I think it is alive, yeah.
Ugh. I seen Nystagmus has come in to settle where I wanted to settle, but it took me too long, so I can't be angry.
You know, the AI makes demands of you in this game, right? And they're supposed to do that in Civ 6, but it's broken and they don't. Like, it's fully coded in the game. The AI will send you demands, but it's just... I can't get it to work, which is so sad because I like when the AI makes demands. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, in this the AI will constantly make demands of you. Like
Yeah.
Montezuma has asked me several times to cancel my deals with Nystagmus and declare war on him.
That's actually so funny. Everything you could have chosen for making demands is to declare war on the Cyprus and cancel your deals.
Yep. So in this, there are something called national wonders, and national wonders, every empire can have one. So if you see a wonder that's a national empire, national wonder, everyone can have one of them in them. So you don't have to race. That was a kind of neat idea. So it's like one city gets like a super building. I like that. I always like the national wonders, and it was I think the only game that had national wonders. I don't know if Civ 5 still did.
Civ 5 does. Civ 5 does.
It
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Oh, you're right. And like
Yeah,
Civ
national
6
wonders are
kind of
kinda
had
cool.
the one per empire. I think it had a couple things like that. One per empire. One building per empire. Not one nystagmus per empire. We can't even get one nystagmus right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh, this one farm, it's not irrigated. So you can make a chain of farms to connect to irrigation. And I'm just looking at like what I would need to do. And it's like 1, 2, 3. I have to do 4. 4 farms. And I could connect this to water. And it's like right beside my capital. And it's right beside a river, right near a river. However, there's nothing but like hills and like just hideous terrain. Like, it's very awkward. And for some reason, even though my city is there and it has fresh water, my city is not a farm.
It's not a farm.
It's not a farm. So because my city doesn't count as a farm.
So you mean flat land, or?
No, like
Oh, yeah,
an
he is
actual
back, yeah.
farm. Only farms can connect, irrigate
So
water.
the city
like,
center itself can be an improvement.
It can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can't.
Oh, okay,
It doesn't, which is annoying.
I see.
Hey, sorry for being.
You don't have to apologize, Nystagmus. We should be apologizing to you. We're sorry that we inconvenienced you, that you had to leave us. You know, like we're just so terrible. Oh, this is gonna take a long time to build, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh wait, did they kill my spy?
I have no idea. How many turns passed since you were gone?
No idea.
Feudalism is one of those like really important sciences that opens up lots of stuff. Opens up like 2 governments and longbowmen, and like longbowmen are the next level of archer, and they're like twice as good and just like a game changer. Like, there's a point where swordmen and axemen can just be like so devastating, but then longbowmen come along and it's like, oh, and they can totally turn the tide. And it also advances to the medieval era. I can't remember in Civ 4, eras did matter, and it would be like a tech that advances you there. I think that's when like stuff becomes obsolete, because wonders can become obsolete and units can become obsolete.
Interesting.
Pardon me. Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, I don't like the fact is I don't like the unit stacking thing, because I think this like unit stack of Barbarian Warriors just decimated me.
I don't know if barbarians attack in stacks. Do the stack attack? Maybe they do.
Maybe it's just a really strong Barbarian Warrior, but it's like annoying.
Usually you have to actually form a stack. Like you have to give the order. Like it won't default to it.
Right, okay. This game does make you really realize like how much of a step forward the graphics and UI were in Civ 5. Like people hated the Civ 5 base game completely, but the graphics and UI was such a huge step up. It was crazy.
From Civ 4?
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
Oh, like Civ
actually,
5.
like,
When Civ 5
tremendous.
came out, like, and it's usually for me, like when the next Civ comes in, I'm, you know, my loyalty to the previous one ends. Like, and I just want to. and it is telling that like this is the only time that has not been true.
Well, it gets harder every time because every single time there's assortment of good previous games, right? So it gets harder and harder to completely reinvent the formula every time.
I don't know. Like, I loved 4. And then I fell in love with 5 like right away. Loved 5, and I like. And
did you like 5 right from the beginning then? Because a lot of people hated it at the beginning.
No, I liked it right away. Right away. I thought I hated the unit stack. I thought it did so much right away. And this is coming from Zoe, who cursed Civ 5's name, right? Like, yeah.
Oh, Civ 4 came out in 2005, earlier than I thought it did actually.
Oh yeah, it's a fairly
2005,
old game.
long,
It's
long
20.
time
It's over
ago.
20 years old now.
Yeah, you can tell. Whereas Civ 5 was 5 years later, and yeah, it was a huge upgrade. The great thing about Civ 5 as well is it's still just as moddable as Civ 4 because it's built on the same engine as Civ 4. Civ 6 was when they went to the new engine and it lost some of the moddability. Still trying to get Nottingham back. Come back to my empire, please. This game is quite hard, I have to say, in terms of like, there's a lot to learn. When you're messing around like me.
It is, and it's so many civs removed from perhaps what you're familiar with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the shortest gap between Civ games is actually between Civ 3 and Civ 4, right?
Yeah, well, let's see. Civ 1 was 91. Civ 2 was, I think, 90.
Don't they say normally every single time there's a new Civ game, it gets a year longer, other than Civ 7? So like Civ 6 took a year longer than Civ 5. The gap was a year longer, and then Civ 5 to Civ 4 was a year longer than before.
So Civ 1 came out in 91, you said?
Yeah, 91.
So Civ 2 came out in 96, so 5 years. Civ 3 came out in 2001. And then Civ 4 came out in 2005. So 4 years. And then Civ 5
Oh, it's a short gap.
came out in 2010. Civ 6 2016.
Yeah, so it was 5 then 6 years.
And now it's been...
And I think the gap got much bigger for Civ
yeah,
7.
it's like almost 10 years.
And that's a problem, too, that
It was 9 years,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Fraxis used to watch this show. I don't know if they do. I really wish they'd reach out to the Civ show. I'm so worried. I'm so worried. Because I'm a true believer, you know. I'm a true believer, and my faith is in question. I don't know. I've more been playing Civ 7 because for the Civ show than anything else, and it's just, but like that's the only time I play it. Whereas Civ 6, I was just always playing it, and I don't know, that for me that's very telling. That that I don't have that connection, and I don't feel it, and I hate that I don't feel it, but I don't, like, I'm being honest with myself. I don't feel it. And I'm always the first to embrace the innovation, and I don't know, something is not right in the fair state of Verona. I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely some things that need to resolve.
It makes me sad. It makes me feel sad. Because, you know, the Civ shows had such a fruitful relationship, and I don't know, it makes me feel sad.
Well, when you say that, they used to watch the show.
There needs to be more interaction in the game. Like, even the AI, you can't interact with that much, you know? In Civ 4, you can, like, tell the AI to, you know, you can tell the AI to declare war on someone. You can pay them off to declare war on someone. You can't do that in Civ 7, which is a shame.
I don't know. That video that I shared the other day with you, seen already, but, like, I don't know. I think a lot of that spoke to me. A lot of it was like, yeah. It's coming too far too quickly, you know. Not obeying those simple 33% rule, and I don't know.
Yeah, so it's more like 50% new, almost.
If not more. I don't know.
Yeah, you know the glass half full way of looking at it is?
What?
Can you name another game series that had 6 iterations that were all like award winning, and it took the 7th one for it to
fair.
be
Yeah, that's fair, but maybe that's also an indication that maybe that formula was not as outdated or archaic as maybe someone thought. Maybe that formula was spot on, and why the last ones have been so successful.
Well, they can always go back, right?
Maybe.
The problem with taking risks is sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out.
Sometimes they don't pay off.
But you take calculated risks. I don't feel this was a calculated risk.
Why not? It's a very popular franchise, right?
I actually respect them for taking the huge risk. It's just like, you know, when you take a huge risk, it might not all pay off.
Maybe.
They could have very easily just been like, right, we're making Civ 6 too. And that would definitely would have been the safe thing to do. But yeah. I wonder if they ever. Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear! I think Arabia. I think the Ottomans are going to invade me. Oh dear! They've got catapults and oh dear.
Are they annoyed with you?
Crossbow. I think it might be game over for me.
Well, it's almost game over for us anyway, right? We're getting close to the end.
Yeah, suitable ending. This game is interesting. I think the thing about this game is that it does actually show the effect of graphics. Like, you would think that, oh, graphics are just graphics, but like, I don't feel as connected to the universe as I do from Civ 5 onwards. Civ 5 onwards, you feel connected to the world. This, it kind of disconnects you a bit in how simple it is.
That's because you're a young whippersnapper.
Yeah, you're a whippersnapper.
You're trying to tell us. You're trying to tell me I wasn't. You're trying to tell me I wasn't as connected to my NES games when I was growing up because it was 8-bit.
Is the opposite for me.
I never had that.
More connected to a game if it has low.
I never even owned a DS.
You used to be with it.
Nintendo always had worse graphics. But
we used to be with it, Roman Holiday, and then they changed what it was. Now what we have isn't it, and what it is sounds weird and scary to us, and it will happen to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but fine. It's also about being relative to real life, right? Civ 7 almost looks like real life. Civ 4 looks nothing like real life. You know.
Yeah, but not everyone wants realistic graphics, right?
Yeah, okay, but it's low resolution as well. And you know what's driving me mad?
Okay.
Is that on my 1440p monitor, every single icon is like so tiny, you need a microscope to
Yeah,
look at them.
the reason why is you're scaling up this game to play on a
Yeah,
monitor
yeah.
that didn't exist when the
I-
game
you
was
know what?
made.
I'm going to change the graphics to like 720p, which is what people would have played on when the game was made, alright? 720p, yes. There we go. Exit. Oh, Jesus Christ, this looks terrible, but at least the icons are like bigger. Oh, God, this is awful. Alright, no, we'll try 1080p.
It's, you know, the terrain for Civ 7 was so much better, like the graphics, than Civ 3, you know, that like, you know, it doesn't bother me, these graphics. It doesn't bother me. I think with strategy games, graphics are a little less important.
Yeah, but they need to connect you to the world. You need to feel part of the world. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
a
it seems
little
like
bit.
very much like a you problem.
Yeah, well, you know, he's a youngin.
They've got war elephants. Jesus. Oh, they're taking Nottingham. Oh, no.
Did they actually declare war on you?
No, Nottingham was taken by the barbarians, so they just took it.
Oh, so that's definitely a you.
But
you
I was,
Maybe,
about to, I was about to capture
maybe
it
you
back,
should have
but-
assigned a sheriff to Nottingham.
Yeah, why didn't
What
you
the
assign
hell?
a sheriff to
Oh, I was
Nottingham?
gonna say. I was about to say like, what the hell is that? And then I realised what you meant. Very funny. So another mechanic I'm not aware of. The sheriff mechanic exclusively for Nottingham.
You don't know about the sheriff?
Yeah, this whole time you could just activated the sheriff and you would have been fine. Wouldn't even be surprised. Yeah, to be honest, making it 1080p has just made the game even more pixelated, so it's not really helped very much. We'll go back to 1440p. Alright, there we go. Wait a second, this actually looks nice now.
Now I'm starting to remember. I remember the. Oh, okay. I'm gonna lose. That okay. Okay. He's sending a stack of 20 units. Yes. Okay, I think I'm gonna be done now too.
Try to make peace?
He won't. He says he'll never do it.
What is he attacking you with?
Like a trillion axemen.
So, use longbowmen. You got those by now, right?
Nope, not yet.
How far away are you from longbowmen?
What do you have to research?
Well, I have longbowmen. I'd be willing to negotiate some sort of trade.
Sure.
Okay, so you don't have the prerequisites for it, but we can do some trading right now to get you there. So you've got construction, code of law. All right, let's do code of law. We'll have to do like a couple trades here. Let's do code of law for calendar.
Okay.
And then
Okay,
now
that's
let's
one problem with this. Like it just kicks you out. You have to do each
see.
trade.
Yeah. So what are you missing for feudalism? Oh, because you don't have any of these. Okay, so you're gonna need priesthood and polytheism. 52 and and here, that'll make a trade. There we go. Okay. And then why can't you get feudalism yet?
Oh, let me check 1 second. Let me.
What are you missing? Let's take a look here. Feudalism needs monarchy. Okay. So do you have monarchy? You need monarchy. So hopefully I can, let's see, can I trade you monarchy now?
Oh, I don't have monotheism yet. That's why.
Oh, can I trade you monotheism? Let's open a new diplomacy screen. I can't trade you monotheism. All right, you got to get monotheism. Get it on your own.
Oh Jesus! I just choked on my tea. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well.
Well,
Yeah, there are certain paths, tech paths, that are very important. Monotheism is definitely one of them because it gets you. You want to get a monarchy as quickly as you can, so that you can get feudalism as quickly as you can. Feudalism is the balls, okay? It's the balls. The Apostolic Palace. Oh, slavery. It's so hard to abandon slavery. It's just such a useful civic. Being
Honestly,
able
you're
to,
literally trying to get the show removed from air forever.
I honestly,
Seriously.
in this day and age, we need context filters. You need context filters. It shouldn't be that I just say the word slavery and like, oh, that's it. This is a game concept. You know, in this slavery, it turns populations into buildings. Can't go wrong with that.
I know we were talking about like the issues with like the newest iteration of Civilization. Although, from what I've been chatting with you, Roman Holiday, it seems like you're a little bit more optimistic that they can salvage the game with patches
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
I think so. I think it will take a while, but I think they will.
I don't think they have a while. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they have a while. I have never. So for me, why it even sort of triggered me to was seeing the Holiday brought up to 37%. I've never seen a Civ game. Maybe I've seen a Fraxis game that low. Maybe the Marvel one. I don't know.
And the
That's-
Marvel one was very, very well critically received. It's just not many people played it.
Like, I don't know. To see that is disheartening. 37% disapproval rating.
Wait, 37% disapproval rating you said, or
I think our approval rating. Sorry, 37%. Like
positive reviews?
positive reviews. Yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah, that's
low.
that's only in recent in the past month, but yeah.
Still, I don't know. I find it like, so when I couple that with my own heuristics of when I'm not on the Civ show, I'm not playing it. You guys didn't want to play it today. Like, Holiday did not want to play it today, right? It was
No, I'm waiting for the patch next month and workshop support.
But like, it's never been like that. It's never been like, we gotta wait for a patch to make this game playable. Never.
Again, I
Never
think
been like that.
they took some big risks and they need to now go and reflect. They're basically they're using the the million strong player base as like a test, and they've seen the feedback. And it's gonna take time to adjust to that.
No, this is where I fundamentally disagree. They had the time. They had the years.
Well, yeah,
They-
yeah, obviously they did, but it's too late now.
Yeah. Like I'm totally okay in the meantime of like we can explore the world of Civ, the other Civ games, and look at them, and that's fine with me. I'd love to actually play the New Worlds Beyond Earth again. I really like Beyond Earth. And
Yeah,
and
it's definitely interesting.
if I don't think Nystagmus, have you played Beyond Earth?
No.
Yeah, if you haven't played it yet, like I think
you're missing out.
It'd be an interesting take. Because it was such a because they used to do this, right? Between the games, they would come up with like this middle game, where they try some new things out, and that's where you can be bold. And maybe that's then what they needed to do. Maybe not a decade. Maybe we did need an intermediate game. Maybe we did need a Civ 6-2, in between them, to try new things out, and then when you release the one that everyone's super excited about.
I mean, I know you said they may make it better, Roman Holiday. I think the big thing is there's a lot of people who are still like not keen on the main mechanics that make Civ 7, right?
Yeah.
Which would be, basically,
yeah,
the
the
Civ
biggest
switching
criticism I've heard
and
is because they don't feel connected to the Civ. It then feels a bit more like playing like Microsoft Excel or something, rather than managing a civilization, which I get.
I don't think the age system is bad. I think I actually like the age system. I like the crisis system. I think it's just the Civ switching is what is kind of drawing people away a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe they should add a classic mode where you can play the same Civ the whole way through.
I guess
I think
it's just
better.
To be honest, for me, I don't have a problem with it. Like I just saying that what other people are saying, right? Like I don't mind Civ switching. I think it's actually kind of cool as someone who likes history. I like the idea now that we're, because when people say, "Oh, I want to play the Roman Empire all the way through," I'm like, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. I've done it 6 times.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It would be kind of cool to see lead an empire through transition. Now that being said, maybe they can make it so that the ages don't seem so disjointed.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's more the fact your stuff gets reset that's more of a problem than the Civ changing. Because it's like, why did I invest so much in all this science because it has now been reset?
Well, the reset's also so that the game evens out again, right? So people don't like snowball or something like that. And so
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think there's better ways to control snowball than the hard reset. Like something like in Civ 5, you could enact in the World Congress a 20% cost decrease for all techs that have already been researched. Stuff like that, like where it's player controlled. Where the players can vote to punish the person in the lead, or anything that is player controlled. I think that's way more interesting. Where you can actively try and sabotage the person in the lead, and whether they succeed or not is based on how they negotiate, that kind of stuff like that, rather than just a hard reset.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's really a hard reset.
Pretty hard reset. It's a pretty all of your towns are now they're not cities like that. I think that was one of the big mistakes. I don't know.
For me, no, town city is fine, but for me, the big thing is everyone, even though it resets, everyone's playing for the long game, right? And if you're playing for the long game, what are the things you can do to win at the end? There are basically 3 things you can do. One is you can get loads of unique buildings and improvements that ageless and remain throughout. So that's one. So you're doing that. One is just having big empires with loads of population and lots of cities. It's another thing you can do. And the third one is what was I gonna say? Like other unique stuff. So basically, you're just like wonders and etc. So you're basically playing for those. No, it's not other unique stuff. Victory conditions, right? So those three things: population, victory conditions, and unique buildings and improvements are your only priorities because those are the only things that are actually going to remain until the end of the game. So for me, you're doing those three things every single time to try and win the last era, but that gets a bit repetitive.
Maybe make it so that if you get a golden age, you don't lose all your cities and units. I don't know.
No, you get to keep all your cities if you get an economic golden age.
No, but that's only for the economic. What about for all? Like rework the legacy paths so that like any pathway makes sense, right?
Legacy paths need to change. They either need to be from a randomized pool, so they change all the time, or they need to be like massively reduce the reward of them. Or they need to make it so like if you invest those in one, it's really hard to do the others. Or they need to make them worth less. Any of those three, because the problem is that they're so important. You're doing the same thing every single time, and the fact you can do multiple, the fact you can basically do all four every game, every single era, means you're doing the same thing every time. Whereas if you did one and it made it hard to do the others, like as Ryan said, that would mean that you'd be playing differently every time because you'd be like, oh, wow, this is going to be a culture game. I'm building wonders. This is going to be an economic game. I'm doing trade, and it would change. It wouldn't just be
How
I'm
about
doing all four.
not necessarily that it's hard to do all four, but you have to commit to one when you start the game, and you're not allowed to actually get the other three. Because you could say make it
I think
hard,
that would
but
take away from the
someone like
adaptability of the
Spifflin
game,
Blit
though.
is someone like Spifflin Blit's going to show up and do it anyway, right? Like no matter how hard you make it.
No, so you make it so for every one you do, as Ryan said, so everyone you do, like the other ones get like an X% harder or something. So like once you've done, if say you manage to do two somehow, then the third and fourth ones are going to be like exceptionally hard. And if you do three, then the fourth one will be like ridiculously hard.
I know,
So
but
like it would technically be possible, but
you
like
can,
really,
but
really
you can
hard.
technically also do them simultaneously. How do you do that? Right? Like you can take over cities as you're building wonders.
Nah, but you still do one before the other, don't you?
I've seen people do it like all at the same time.
No, but there'll still be one done before the other. So like, say you get the city, the one turn, the second, like a little bit before you build the last wonder, then the wonder one will become more difficult.
I mean, like maybe scale the production, but that would do it for everybody, so that kind of sucks. I mean, or
but anyway,
not randomized.
I don't really believe in any of that. I think they should just have long-term victory conditions like they did in Civ 6. I think that's better.
Or make it, yeah, you can make the legacy paths in the first two ages not as important, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, exactly. And then it wouldn't be like the be-all, end-all.
Like, for example, you can have victory conditions, and then you can like, here's what I could say. Have legacy paths, but also have victory conditions. And the legacy paths
you
are...
could do that. Legacy paths could be like smaller goals, yeah.
and legacy paths give you a bonus for the next age. So there's a reason to do them,
Yeah.
but they're not like important in the grand scheme of who wins the game, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they can
exactly.
narrow it down a little bit. So like make it so that one, like, first of all, I don't care about, like, in Civ 7, I don't even care about religion. Religion, like, it's
getting balanced next month, but yeah, exactly. It's currently a bit of a mess.
kind of annoying. The whole rural versus urban districts, it's not clear which one is which sometimes. And so I had my missionaries like running around trying to find out where I should actually try to spread. So there's that.
need a way to like make Raising Zozo cry less. If they could do that, that'd be good. Sure, I'm certain there's a way. I'm certain it could be done.
And these
It's not like
people
it's not
high
like
up
it's
in
a
a...
default setting or something.
Can these people hurry up and invade me? You know, I'm just gonna declare war on them.
What? Why
Let's
would
discuss
you
something
do that?
else. Your head would look
I
good
mean,
on the
you're
end of a poll.
I mean, we're just
Yes,
thinking out.
please.
We're just
Declare war.
thinking out loud here, right?
Yeah.
Because if we're saying things like, I guess, publicly and stuff like that. So for the Civ Give, right, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna work this all in for the Civ Give,
True.
which we don't really know how. Although one part has been fixed, which is we can have 8 players
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. Huge.
That is actually a big deal. That, like, I guess yes.
I was thinking for the Civ Give, it's kind of a controversial idea, but I was thinking you play with the mod. I know, so I know you've had mod and you're already freaking out, but you play with the mods where for the next era, you can pick any Civ, right? But then, hear me out here, hear me out. Then we do a special thing where the player who's coming last gets to pick the Civ first. So you get to the next era, and there's like this draft where like the players currently doing worst get to pick they get first choice, and we go through the list, and that would be really interesting.
So here's how I'm still bullish on the actual Civ Give itself, right? So one, victory conditions mean nothing for us because we just do our own thing, right? So who cares what the actual
We
like,
don't have to.
right?
Like that's how we did it for Civ 6. We don't have to. You know,
Now
there's no law
it gives us
that
more
we-
opportunity because if someone gets a golden age, we can give them extra points, right? So if they complete legacy paths,
True.
we can give them extra points. And so there's
Yeah, I mean,
that.
the game might be very different in by November, December, the game might be very different. So yeah, we don't know, but yeah, exactly.
Well, even if it is very different, right? That's probably like my point is that's probably irrelevant, right? Like we almost always do our own like points, cards, whatever that we give people, right?
Yeah.
And I
Although
don't
the
think
points do actually have to tie into performance in the game, though. You can't just like give someone the victory because their empire looked the prettiest, kind of thing.
Well, I know, but we can just again we have to come up with objectives that are geared
Yeah,
towards Civ
exactly.
7.
Yeah, and they have to be sensible. Yeah.
I don't think that the baseline mechanics of the game are going to change by the time November rolls or December rolls around.
No. We probably have to wait for the first big expansion for that, actually.
Yeah.
Which won't be then. It will be like minimum year and a half. So I was just thinking that. So it would probably come out like October
Well, but
2026, probably.
So here's where I don't think you're taking in the like my fear. I fear we might not get there.
No, we will. We will. They've sold like 900,000 copies or something. They've got loads of money. They're all good, I think.
I hope so, Carl. I hope so, Carl. If you're watching this, you know I still love you and I still love Fraxis. I'm just worried. I'm just very worried.
Well, they've got the money now to go away and spend a long time doing a good job on the game. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, which is very, very true. And also, it's the same publisher that makes Grand Theft Auto 6, right?
Fair.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why I don't like, because there are other very famous game. There's very few game franchises that have made only big hits, right? Now the one company that has the highest track record of doing so is Nintendo, right?
I thought you were about to say GTA, which is also pretty good.
Yeah,
The
but
Nintendo is ridiculous.
So Nintendo's got a pretty decent track record of like not screwing over their major franchises. But on the flip side, think of like what Mario's biggest competitor was back in the day. Sonic games are like, okay, I'm gonna flip a coin, and if it's heads, the game's gonna be good, and if it's tails, the game's gonna be trash. And
Introduce Tails.
right?
We should play Game Dev Tycoon on this show. It's you can play it multiplayer, so it's great. You go through all the old gaming consoles. You guys would love it way more than me. I played it multiplayer with my friends before ages ago. It's great fun.
And so, when I'm thinking about it, the games that have the highest track record are either ones that have very few games in the series. So, like, for example, in RTS world, StarCraft has a fantastic record of making good games, but there's only 2 of them. And so, like, and people will say, well, what about Legacy of the Void versus Heart of the Swarm? Like, it's the same baseline game. All they did was add units, right? Like the mechanics were the same. It's just that they added units, right? Civ has gone on for 35 years now, and this is the very first game that you're concerned about in terms of. And this would have been a way bigger problem back in the 90s because it would have been, here's the game, and there's no way to fix it. There's no way we can make it. Oh, you're dead?
I gave up. I moved all the units out of my capital and declared war on AI.
Wow. Well, let's just keep playing. That's fine. That was his personal choice.
Well, we only got like 15 more minutes, and then Roman Hall has got to go anyway. So,
yeah. It's been a long day for me. I've done a lot of stuff.
But while we're
so
talking,
but yeah,
everyone who's watching, I know we had a hiatus. It looks like we're going to be skipping next week as well because it's Father's Day. Fine by me. I was planning on playing, but we can do a family outing as well. That was what my partner was actually saying. Well, it's Father's Day. You can do what you want. I'm like, okay.
I'm thinking for the future though.
If you two want to play, you go for it.
No, he said he had a thing to do.
Next weekend I'm away in Birmingham. You're a delightful place. I was gonna say but yeah, I think every episode should be on the main channel. I've changed my mind about that, but I think every episode has to have a theme, right? So it's got to have a catchy title that links to the theme of the episode. Like we're playing Civ 7 with this crazy mod that does this thing, right?
Yeah, we used to do that.
Trying, yeah, exactly what you used to do. So every episode has to be catchy because it's very, very, very competitive on YouTube. It's super hard.
I know. We just gotta. We've been away for a while. I was gone for about 3 weeks.
But we need to discuss the plan for the episode.
Yeah.
In advance, and then you need to record it as well because it's good to have footage.
So as long as we could start getting back into having some of those weekly meetings.
Meetings are good because they encourage people. As long as they're not too long, they encourage people to actually get stuff done. Yeah.
What I was going to do is also, and you'll be happy to hear this, is I've actually estimated that the new scribe I use at work saves me approximately 40 minutes a day, 40 minutes a week. Oh no.
And you go on about how bad AI is.
I did not say that. I was saying that
user experience has been his issue, right?
No, it's the problem I have with AI is it's an untested technology, but everyone's already decided that it's going to basically replace everything without even knowing its full capabilities. It literally would be like, you have a plane. Well, every plane's going to be supersonic in 50 years. Every single plane, no matter what. Doesn't
and everyone's
matter.
going to have flying cars.
Right. Where's my jetpack? Where's my hoverboard? Kind of idea, right? And so the problem I have with AI is it's a disruptive technology, but whenever there's been a disruptive technology in the past, obviously we did have people who try to predict what would happen with that, but it's not possible. You can't predict the future. Stop trying. And so I actually think the biggest disruptions in AI is going to be labor shortages in places that people just assume AI is going to take over. and they just don't go into the field because they're afraid they're just going to be replaced by an AI bot anyway.
Yeah, it's not really afraid. There's like quite solid evidence that's already happening. So
Where?
like in some fields, right?
I'm talking about like
for example, programmers, like there's a programmer absences is way down. Like no businesses really are hiring for programmers much at the moment because AI already does all those low level
so
programming
the
skills.
one I'm concerned about is in fields like mine where it takes 12 years to train somebody. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's completely different. Yeah.
we already had the problem with people not wanting to become radiologists because they're assuming AI is just going to take over. And
Well, yeah, exactly.
we
You
found that
mentioned it
AI is
before.
a great tool, right, for radiologists to improve their rates that they don't miss things as much.
Yeah.
But AI can't detect everything. It just hasn't been trained to do so far. And actually, you're talking about all the times where it's been beating expectations. In the field of medicine, it's actually been falling behind expectations. IBM's Watson was supposed to revolutionize cancer treatment, and then it kept on prescribing things that would kill people. And so
Yeah, but that was a disaster.
no, but what I mean is it just depends on the field, but people are making, pretty bold predictions on which fields are going to be affected. And
Yeah, true. But from a consensus of, so from asking every single AI researcher when they think AGI will be a thing, the average is 2040, right? And some entrepreneurs even say 2030. I mean, that probably won't happen. But like 2040 is not far away. It's
you know what the
15 years.
real answer to that question is?
Yeah.
So let me ask, like, if I was to ask a nuclear physicist, when do they think nuclear fusion is going to be a thing? Right? They always say 10 to 15 years from now. The problem with these predictions is, one, can you even prove to me that it's possible? Right? Like, is general AI actually possible? Can you prove to me that that's an inevitability? Right? Fusion was supposed to be an inevitability like 50 years ago, and we haven't done it.
With AGI, you can actually researchers can actually set out a path to exactly how it would happen based on literally based on current knowledge. Whereas with fusion, they're relying on some big breakthrough that never happened.
They're still relying on a breakthrough for AGI, right? Which
yeah,
is
true, but not they kind of know how they could roughly get there. Whereas with fusion, it's so completely
I find it very.
We don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, I just find it very strange. Like, this AI is like in its earliest infancy that you can possibly be in a tech. It's less than 5 years old.
Yeah, it's advancing like crazy.
Right now, again, it may be advancing like crazy to a plateau that we can't see. Right. And so.
Yeah, it's very possible, but
and the reason why I just bring this up as I think this is people talking about the end of the world. The impending catastrophe is people not going into, and I use healthcare just because it's my experience, it's my wheelhouse, right? If people don't go into it and we have an aging population globally, right, we're going to fall into a problem where it's just going to be an unrelenting disaster.
True,
we have to change our attitude on nursing.
Because everyone's already assuming that Optimus robots are going to start taking over care aids and stuff
robots.
like that.
Robotics will be the last thing that gets automated. That's not going to happen.
Nystagmus, and I don't know a whole lot, obviously, about anything, but about the medical sciences in particular. Is there a certain, I'm going to say a heuristic problem among the medical profession for allowing non-fully, doctor, that multi-year, that 12-year, in respectfully, the value of the pharmacist, the value of the nurse, the things that they can do that you don't need to be a doctor to do. Is there not perhaps a cultural pushback in the industry that we have to change that? that it's not just doctors. Like medicine is massive.
Well-
Lots of different things connected to it. You know what I mean?
What I mean is, when I say 12 years, it's like kind of the average across the entire field, right?
For a full-fledged doctor.
No,
But
the-
it's not
so-
necessarily doctors that we just need.
No, I said
Right.
average, right?
Okay.
So neurosurgeons train for almost 20 years. Nurses still have like 8 years of schooling.
Still a lot
Right.
of school.
Um,
Still a lot of school.
Pharmacists have like 8 years of schooling.
Yeah.
LPNs, which are kind of like they're nurses as well, but they're not RNs. They're the other type of nurses. They still require 4 years of schooling, post secondary, and so I'm talking about like a field where the training is longer. Now, one argument you could make, and I'm not, not everyone has the answer to this, is that training need to be that long, right? It just depends on
Are there
how you
better,
feel,
are there
right?
better ways to train? And how
Um,
much of that is the equivalent of a military tradition, right? The medical tradition.
But a problem is that a lot of times, and I don't know whether or not changing gears would be a good idea, because to shorten training necessarily means that people will narrow their scope because they won't feel as comfortable doing other things, right? And so if people narrow their scope, then like, for example, when I was doing rural medicine, I was full scope. I delivered babies, I did hospital medicine, I did outpatient. And if I was only doing one thing, then that'd be one less person who could do all those other jobs, right? And so if you shorten training, people will narrow their scope. It's just we see it happen. It just happens, right? Because they need to feel comfortable and competent to do things, and that you can only do that with repetition, and you can only do that with experience. So like residency training isn't like 3 years because we feel like it. It's because that's the average amount of time it takes to actually see the things you want the person to see in the general population, right? Like how often does a particular condition pop up? How many deliveries will they
makes
do? You can't just squeeze more deliveries into a year because people just aren't having babies as often to justify it, right? And that's the kind of like the main thing, because most of our training is not book studying, right? Most of my training was hands-on, like in the front
That's really
lines.
interesting. Yeah, it
Right.
makes sense.
And so shortening it, sure, but it just depends on how you would, and it's difficult to make, again, predictions. So we'll have to see. Like I said, like I was never like anti-AI. Like I use AI every day. Sorry, I almost swore. It's a family-friendly show. But I actually
very small
the scribe I use, I think is great. It saves me so much time, and it allows me to do more paperwork quicker, so that people gets their paperwork done quicker. It allows me to spend more time with people, right? What's the biggest complaint everyone has about seeing their healthcare provider? They feel like they're rushed in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And also, personally, it saves me time to not have to worry about having to get documentation done late at night before I go to bed. So I can do more things outside of work, right?
Exactly.
So it's a fantastic tool for that. It's great. It's making my job easier. I'm hoping that AI can do things like immediately read all the charts and tell me who needs this screening or that screening or this blood work. Because it could just do it.
Should be an enhancer for the answer and not the answer itself, right? I think is always like it is. It should be the assistant. It's helping you. It is helping you. It's almost like cognitive heuristics are shortcuts. That's what a heuristic is. It's a shortcut, but it's for stuff you already know. And for most people, you get that through experience and what have you. And sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's good. But AI, I think that's it
Now-
gets you to that conclusion faster if it's done properly.
Now, the last part, when it comes to, say, healthcare, and the reason why, again, it's not about like whether or not it's going to encroach or anything like that. The one problem that some of these predictions from tech CEOs is for healthcare to really, for it to work in healthcare, you need people to buy in, right? Meaning, I'm not saying a machine can't tell if people are lying or not, or telling the truth, or whether or not there's more information to kind of pry under the surface, basically, right? But would anyone ever accept being told no from a machine, right? In the healthcare setting, right? Like
That's a good
saying
point,
no,
yeah.
no, you don't need antibiotics for this, right? Would they accept that? A lot of people just wouldn't accept that, right? In terms of like being told no. Whereas a lot of times people, when they talk to a human, it's just easier to have that communication with them, right? And that's a bias that humans have, and that's also the reason why I think it's also premature. That I could see for like commercials and stuff like that, where AI videos are going to replace like actors in that case, but like sometimes people want to watch a movie because a specific actor is in it and that they're real and they can actually maybe meet this person in real life, right? And you know, humans are very much biased towards more human connection, and if something's being made with something that's not real in the real world, and you would know that immediately because then no one would ever meet this person in real life, right? So obviously it's true that this actor's an AI, right? It's AI generated. Then would people actually be as connected to it? Right? I don't know.
Well, and I think there's something you said about, you know, when things reach the you know, the end of their life, okay, like concepts reach the end of their life too, and the idea of the actor as industry, maybe that's coming to an end, or it has already come to an end, and maybe rightly so, maybe not so. You know, where there is a time where, like, as an actor, you are an industry unto yourself. You know, you can have a single actor who, because of them, it creates all sorts of jobs, and this, you know, they have assistants, and they're an industry. They have the publicist and the personal assistant, and because they're just that big, and that is rarer and rarer and rarer and rarer. And maybe now that's the response, is like, yeah, now we have, you know, artificial movie making. And does that matter to the average person? And I don't know. It would just be, you adapt. Like, the industry will adapt.
Yeah. Now, that being said, I do have a personal bias here. I agree with Roman Holiday. I know he's just kind of sorry. I don't mean to.
But yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. That we're focusing a lot on like the film industry or like that. I think the biggest disruption is going to be to programming, right? Like in terms of, and also since
I mean, it's already big.
Yeah,
It's already been disrupted. It can
also
like, do
maybe-
You mean program, like you mean like as in like making
coding.
Coding. Okay.
like the main reason
Finish
why
your thought.
is
Yeah, I was listening to do you want to know something interesting before you talk? I was listening to a podcast with this guy who didn't know anything about programming at all, based on a new AI tool that's just come out, could go onto a site and have like, this brand new like shop and like set up like this whole complete website with like merchandise and like customized stuff and like all this stuff completely written for them in code from scratch, and they had it working in like a day, and they don't know anything about code. It's crazy.
now
Yeah.
the other reason why I think it's going to be ultimately disruptive is we are telling people to learn how to code as a way of alleviating other disruptions, losses of mining jobs and
literally.
stuff like that.
And
So
it
we're-
perhaps this was the most disrupted.
right? And it's going to be the most disrupted by this new tech.
I reckon people won't learn how to code anymore. It'll just be like
Right.
learning how to use
Okay.
AI.
Okay. Now I now let me jump in. So data analysis used to be inaccessible to the average person. And this was because in order to be a data scientist, you needed a computer engineering background. All right, that like this was when we go like 20 years ago, you needed because of how
Interesting.
difficult coding is, because of how difficult doing statistical computations and all that stuff, you needed to be able to program. And if you couldn't program,
my friends just got a job in data science actually in London.
So if you couldn't program, it would be that you wouldn't be able. Now the field is, there's a lot more people that can enter it, and it's because progressively we're designing better and better software. We're designing all of these things that once, in order to create that algorithm, to create that business intelligence tool, you had to do it yourself. You know, you had to do all of that yourself. And now you don't, so it leaves it open for others to get in. Now, if you have that, it's great. You know, if you do have that background, you're still going to have some advantage. But data analysis as a profession has been opened because we now have programs like, you know, this is an older one, like SPSS and stuff like that, or Power BI, you know, or you know, NIME and stuff like that. Like, these are amazing. These are amazing. But once upon a time, they would have been really difficult for the average person to do a background in that industry. Now, having a background in computer sciences and computer engineering, computational engineering, is not as critical. You can do, because software has come about that as long as you have the foundation of, so for data science and business analysis, anything analysis, it's more important that you understand the basics of how to conduct an analysis. It is a science. It is, how do you assess a business? How do you research? How do you take in data? How do you make sure that data is accurate? All of these things are made possible because there's software and programming that have made it more accessible. That without that, these industries would still require. And what blows my mind is if you need to be a software engineer to get into data, well, the problem with that is you are an engineer, right? You are thinking in computation and math, thinking in the creative, very human science that is business, right? If you have to put all of that time into mastering these other skills that are more mathematical, that are more arithmetic, that are more like, business is a human endeavor, and there are things that there's no formula for, right? That do involve creativity, and now the industry has been opened because of that. Now you can have creative individuals becoming data and business analysts, where once upon a time you had to be an analytical by default, because you needed to know how to operate the software.
There is one other limitation that doesn't get enough ink spilled on, and that is, like, right now AI is still, it's more widespread, but it's still fairly niche in terms of how widespread it's being used. If we were to use it for every single thing that people say it's going to be disruptive in, the amount of electrical energy demand for that is super high, especially in the era of also trying to also do crypto at the same time, where crypto is becoming more of a common thing as well. The amount of energy that's required to run these, to the point where people were saying that, like, when people were like being polite to their chatbot, it actually increases like energy demand by like 10%, like saying saying thank you and stuff like that, because the bot has to still
True, but I did read a big article about how being polite to your chatbot actually is good, because the chatbot treats you like the person that you want it to be. So if you're polite to it, it'll give you better answers. Like the chatbot's just trying to impersonate somebody, right? The chatbot's trying to impersonate an expert AI engineer or expert cook or whatever it is, right? So if you're polite to the cook, then they'll give you a better answer.
So weird. But yeah, so it's just, you know, it's a bunch of things we have to think about. It's biggest disruptive. It's going to be as disruptive or more disruptive than anything that's come in any other revolution before this, in terms of, you know, we've had the industrial revolution.
It will be the most disruptive revolution ever.
Yeah,
definitely.
we've had the microchip revolution. And so, again, it might be that disruptive. I'm gonna say predicting the future is a fool's errand, right?
I mean, it already is disruptive. Like even with the stuff we have right now, it's
I know
we haven't seen its full potential
but
yet. It's
as
very
disruptive, like the microchip revolution or automation, right? Like,
I mean, it's getting close to it. It's not far off.
well, we still have to see, right? There's still some industries that aren't as affected by it yet, right?
Well,
The
there's
micro
a lot there are, to be fair.
the microchip revolution affected every single industry on the planet, because if you didn't adopt it, you fell behind and you went bankrupt.
The thing about this revolution, though, is about skilled jobs and not about like factory jobs. So that's the very interesting thing about it, is that everyone was hundreds of years ago, everyone was like made to leave, or less than that. So like 60 years ago, whatever it is, 80 years ago, everyone was made to leave the factory, and now they're going to be told to leave the workplace and go back to the factory or go back to being a plumber or something. I don't know. It was going to be interesting.
We have to see. And we can have more conversation about it later as well. You're more in tune with like how all this works as well. It's just from I know we're having conversations on Discord about it too, right? So,
yeah.
with our other fellow creators, some very interesting ones.
Yeah, exactly.
I always wonder how the future is very interesting in terms of like how it's so, even with like a pretty linear line or a seemingly linear line, it's very difficult to know exactly what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you knew that, you could make a lot of money.
And that's also the reason why it's very difficult, again, also to predict, most importantly, how humans respond to all of this, because we're the number one like linchpin here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How we respond to this new disruptive kind of world that we're currently going to be living in the next probably like 10 to 20 years, because that's probably where we're going to find where this plateaus. It's like you said, it's progressing exponentially. If there is a plateau, we're going to reach it soon, and we'll have our answer, right, in terms of
yeah, definitely 100%
of when that's going to be, right? And so yeah, it could be exciting slash scary slash that. But with that, I think I'm almost dead. Yes, thanks for taking over my cities. I kind of ignored them for this whole conversation while we're talking. So,
well, I'll have to go now as well. Yeah.
Let me go back to the opening scene here. But yeah, like we said, we're gonna take next week off. I know I normally play Mondays, but I have a couple things I have to do the next couple Mondays. But I will be returning that. Stay tuned in our Discord. I will put that in our Twitch channel here. Sorry. If you're not already part of it, be part of the Discord. A lot of nice people there. And we'll also be where our announcements are. We're going to start wrapping up some content, because we're going to start talking more about how we're going to perform the show over the next 6 months or so. Anything else to add there, Zoe?
I was about to build Notre Dame, and clearly I'm a Civ 4 god. You guys are... I've only got 3 cities, and I'm way ahead of you. Power. It's it was fun. It was fun playing this again. I'm remembering how many countless hours I played Civ 4. It was a lot. It was a lot of countless hours, and I think it's why today, especially playing this, has created the sad feelings. Because I haven't been playing Civ 7. It's not doing it for me the way that every single Civ since Civ 1 has done it. So we can talk to the cows come home about, this feature, that feature, trying this and trying that won't change that. I just have not been compelled. And I think a lot of other content creators are in the same sort of boat, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Playing this makes me sad, because I remember how critical One More Turn used to be to me, and it doesn't feel that way. And I really hope this isn't a Club 54. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I hope it's... I really
don't understand that reference at all, but it's interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, you're young. It's fine. Some people understood that. Anyways,
Yeah, definitely.
this was fun. It was, and it's always great showing the new generation some of the old that were out there.
It
And
definitely has some addictive aspects to it. They need to make a remaster of that game. It's actually a really good game.
well, and like I'd like to return to Civ 4 for sure in the future, especially because if we do like a month on mods, where we're just talking about mods, I
love
think
mods.
everyone should present like,
Mods
you
are the
know,
best.
let's do this mod. And for Civ
Yeah,
4,
next time Civ 5 mods. Civ 5 mods are so good. Like we got
whatever.
to play the
We can-
basic Civ 5 overhaul mods that everyone plays. It's like Vox Populi. It's so good. We got to
Yeah.
play it.
Okay.
I'm
It overhauls the AI, overhauls all the balance, everything.
Well, we'll chat about it.
Oh yeah, we'll chat about it. And like, I know for me in Civ 4, it was the first like, wow, this is an amazing mod with Civ realism that I would love to try and track down and share with you guys if it is multiplayer.
Civ
but it was
4's UI is so bad that I'm not sure I can play that too much.
it's
but
so
maybe,
funny
I'll
that
think
you
about it.
say that, but it's really not that bad. Like even me and
It's
the
just
Stag
because
were opening, and the Stag was like, "Oh, look at this! How convenient this is!" But you're not used
Yeah, it's
to
because
it.
all the icons
You're
are
not used to
too
it.
small because I've got a high resolution. That's why. Because the higher
And
the
it-
resolution, the smaller the icons are.
No, and that's fair. That's absolutely fair. You don't have the heuristics to make those. quick
We
decisions
should make Roman Holiday play like GoldenEye on.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
head would explode.
Yeah,
It's like
we'll
20.
show you. We'll
20
show you what it means for something to be
Yeah,
low
Tw-
resolution.
20 frames per second. First person
Oh
shooter.
god, no. Yeah, you know, maybe for April Fools or something. Who knows?
the
Maybe
more
if I lose a challenge, you can make me do it as a forfeit.
the more important thing is that it was great being and playing with both you folk. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
thank you for playing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get together. We'll get together soon.
When we playing StarCraft, I want to play StarCraft.
You know what?
I don't care if I lose.
We'll
we're
chat
gonna-
about it.
I'm
we're gonna
desperate to play
introduce-
StarCraft actually.
We'll get like a summer schedule going, and I totally think that we should exploring some other games. I even think like Age of Empires 2 would be fun with you two.
Yeah, I've heard that was good.
You know,
I want to
so yeah.
try all the other games, and the reason why I want to try them is because it better informs me on the interesting things they could put in Civ, like for Civ 7. I want to know,
Yeah.
like, I want to be informed. That's why I wanted to play Civ 4 today. Is I wanted to be informed of what were the best things in Civ 4 that could work in Civ 7. You know, that's why.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Well,
So, yeah.
and I think we could maybe do a tour where we would start at Civ 3 and you know, Civ
I don't know if I
3,
can play
Civ 4,
Civ 3.
5.
We'll see.
It's definitely blocky, and you would definitely need the stomach for it. But like,
I'd
it
hate
would
it.
show
Hate
you.
it.
It's almost actually. I might even want to see if we can show you Civ 2. It would show you you would see the evolution of what you've come now to know with Civ, because it was
Yeah.
the first Civ. It was the first Civ that gave Civs a special ability. Civ 1 and 2, there was nothing like that. No
I remember
Civ
you
had
saying
any
it was just the
special ability.
name, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's
great bit of innovation there.
That's it. You know, so it really introduced a whole new mechanic that Civs became much more specific to history, and that opened up everything that you now come to think of as Civ, because every Civ has a special ability, right? So, and it was very simple. This one made it better. This one added personal buildings, you know, stuff like that. And then Civ 5 brought it to an entirely new level. At least with Civ 4.
Having
Civ 4
played
was-
this, it makes me realize how great Civ 5 actually was.
So
Like, definitely.
Civ 4, Civ 4 though, it had, and it's something I think you'd appreciate if you actually went through and read all of the Civ abilities, financial and expansionist and all that stuff. Each ability was, yes, there was like 30 of them, but they were the same, and Civ 5 is where you get into
Like Civ
very
7. Civ 7
specific,
has that too.
very specific. Well, Civ 6, and Civ 7, where like a Civ has this. You get this ability. It does these various things, and it is not unlike any. No one else is going to have this ability, right? That started in Civ 5, where this had more of those abilities, but expansionist and financial are going to be the same for everybody. Like it's
Well,
not
yeah,
going to.
Civ 7 has that to an extent, doesn't it? Because it does have like militaristic, scientific, whatever, doesn't it? In Civ 7, I remember you saying.
Does, but,
Because I remember
but each Civ, each
it
leader
doesn't affect
still
that
has
much, but yeah.
weird abilities that no one else has.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
I think the problem with Civ 7, they went too far with the Civs being different, almost, because then it becomes more about what Civ you're picking than actually about what you're doing in the game. In a way.
No, and we could have a whole show on the problems with Civ 7. But either way, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good to just play together, guys. It's been too long.
Yeah.
And we will continue in 2 weeks' time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hope everyone
All
has
right,
a
all right,
good
well-
rest of your day.
Yeah, you guys as well. Yeah.
Right. And have a good
Good
one.
night.
Thank you for everyone who's been watching us. Bye.